I've got my choker again. I washed my hair. Hold on, let me go grab it. Then we'll grab it before I forget, okay? I'll go grab it. Go grab it. Grab my choker. Okay. I always have to take it off when I shower, and I can't wear it to work anyway. So. Alright, so we were doing good. We're investigating the crime scene, trying to figure out what happened. Alright. Mr. Aldown wasn't killed here between the planters at all. Then what's this blood doing here? Things have changed considerably in terms of what the simulation is showing us. If we want to look more closely at this blood, I think we'll be better off looking at the simulation from the point at which the body was discovered. What are we waiting for? Ready when you are. Switch between. I don't want to switch between. Oh, we already did that. We already did that. These planters. According to the case file, the yard stretched around 3 sides of the orphanage. And there were 3 planters on each side. Yes, planters arranged in a very particular pattern. We've seen somewhere before. Can't have any flowers, but I guess it was the middle of winter. Let's look at that one. It's bright yellow. We already saw all this. Why are we getting... It's showing the same thing. It's showing us new information, but it's the same thing. Wait, how come there's only one? Wait, it looks like somebody dropped it. That's a lion lily, if I'm not very much mistaken. I did save. I saved before I closed, and then then it asked me to save again. I said no. I'm mistaken. Remember the family Liliaceae? Lion lily, you say? Hey, Mopar. Didn't just Gavel give President Wang some lion lilies? What's the same flower doing here? This can't be a coincidence. Can it? At least particular cultivar from Asia. Were sent to symbolize the bond between parent and child. Wasn't where you were so knowledgeable when it came to flowers, Francisco. How I just told you is common knowledge. Perhaps you just need to read a little more. Alright, look at the loads. Look at the saves. The save is from 10:27, which is right when I closed last night. So it's the right save. We saved. There's Jedgeworth. I'm sure the scene is reported in the police case files, right? Okay, let's take another look at how things were when they found the body. There we have it. Let's scout scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Blood on the snow. A lot of it. Certainly looks like a murder occurred here, doesn't it? Wait, we just figured out that Mr. Adam was killed by the snowman, right? We did. I think this blood might be belonging to somebody else. What? Police report said the blood was Mr. Aldown's. May I remind you that the case was overseen by Chairman Winter? Man would have no scruples about altering the official record over something this small. And why go to all that trouble? Couldn't he have just cleaned up all the blood instead? He wasn't able to. Think about it. He knew this is where the police would find Mr. Aldown's body. He knew that the police would have certain scientific methods at their disposal to look for clues. I mean, luminol? Yeah, they would have found traces of blood if they'd used that for sure. Exactly, he wouldn't have been able to clean it up to a point where it was undetectable. Far easier to falsify the results of any such test if they came back in. It would simply have been a matter of replacing the official results with a doctored copy. He's been looking at a forgery this whole time? That sucks. If it says Mr. Aldown's clothes were covered with blood too, it does, and if they were, which seems entirely unbelievable, just whoever's blood this is, it wasn't yet dry when Mr. Aldown's body was placed here. I guess which means the other person's blood was spilt not long before Mr. Otto was killed. I think it does, yes. But that's the case. Doesn't that present something of a contradiction? Somebody's dropped a yellow flower here. Finally, right? According to Francisca, yes. They're out originally from Asia, if I recall correctly. Yep, and she said it symbolizes pond being paint. We already did all this. Alright. Sure, Mr. Adam really met his fate. He was moved in order to make the scene consistent with the stage photograph. Over to spot between the planters. So it brings the fact that they go over there and come back. I think that tells us something important. They were left by whoever carried him over there. I gotta do something, but what? Can't see the lady being kidnapped. Wait. This is the only part where there's no snow, huh? Because the fire one of the kids sat. That's the snow here melted as a result. Must be the unluckiest orphanages in the world. First a fire, then a murder? Talk about going from bad to worse. Hmm? The fire came first. Just because it caused the snow to melt. Alright, we're not that far in. Let's go and do a quick save, though. I got an idea. I got a couple ideas. The first idea is the button.
Eureka!
Nope. Nope, I failed. Alright. So what was about when they did fire to happen? Take a look and think about that. I'm not sure. There's a clear contradiction here. Huh? In the bloodstain? Blood's clearly cut off where the snow was melted by the fire. It means the blood in question was spilled before the fire was started. Huh? But the fire happened before the murder, no? Choose to believe the case file, yes. But the fire was actually set after what happened here. The kid who lit it might have seen something. Then why is there a witness statement? So that would have challenged Chairman Winter's version of events. You know more about this fire. You! Man, there's something in my tooth. It's really annoying. Hey, Shifu. The fire might have been reported to the police, which means there might be a record of it. Go see if they have anything, and bring everything you find back here right away. I'm sure Shifu. I'll get right on it. One more thing. What is it, Shifu? Contact my family back in Xingfa. Tell them to search my father's office. There should be something there related to the case. There should? What kind of something, exactly? I told you I'd seen the scene somewhere before, didn't I? Oh, I remembered where. It's in my father's office. He had a picture of it. At least of something very much like it. Now I keep coughing. Having a rough day. What? Like it was drawn by a child. Possibly a child from the orphanage. Possibly even the child who set the fire. It should still be there somewhere. Tell them to send it right away. Yes, Shifu. Well, what now? I don't know if there's anything more to be found here. Okay. Wait, let's go back. Alright, let's go. There are burn marks in this pillar here. Or says there was a fire sometime of the Union an instant. Fire? Let's see. What was it again? Ah, yeah, one of the orphans set a fire with some kerosene. Some sort of prank, probably. Sound like a lively bunch. Also too lively. Seems the antics spoiled our chance of finding any footprints near the entrance of the building. We already seen all this. I'm not gonna read this again. Let's go. Alright. Told you it's a long time to read something for it was your lunch, you'd be ruined. Did we not talk to him? President Wayne changed after the SS5 incident. I guess he felt his trust had been betrayed. Alright, Mopar. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate the lurk. If his trust had been betrayed, I can understand that. But cut ties with my family completely, after how close we've been for all those years. My father was desperate to make amends, to give just one chance to say sorry. No matter how many times he tried to get an audience with the president, he couldn't. He couldn't even convince them to take a letter to him. One time he came home covered in bruises. Who knows from where? A bodyguard, maybe. Sigh. Sorry, there's no point in making you sit through the old stories that won't change anything. Anyway, I'll be the judge of that. Yeah, as warm and fuzzy as ever, I see. Not that I expect any different. That case ruined my father, and my family too. Wu failed to keep the president safe. That's all we were after that. He threw himself heart and soul into that investigation. He became obsessed, in other words. Rather than the best state of mind in which to undertake an inquiry. Wow, you really don't pull your punches, huh? Look, just go think I'm only doing this because of my dad, okay? My investigation was solid. His work was meticulous. It was accurate. It always was. He knew every single one of those kids, and he made sure they told him everything. I wonder if he learned anything of value. We talked to all these people. It looks chilly in here. Chilliest look out here. Bowserino. Somebody might have to warm me up. Could you maybe take this a little more seriously, Mr. Fender? UK Meister? Anything. Can't believe this whole story tale began right here. Kinda crazy, right? Yes, it is a little. What were Feast and the chairman up to, though? Where were they going with all this? They obviously murdered the president and replaced him with a body double. Alrighty, I'd very much like to know that myself. I'd very much like to know when you two are going to admit how much you love your Uncle Eddie. Not anytime soon. Come on, Mr. Fender. I'm taking this seriously at all. You did for about 3 sentences, which is something of a record. I nothing more to get there. I think we gotta switch back. I still say there's something more to find there. Which is weird because literally when you go in it says, I don't think there's anything else to find here. So why is it not closed off? I'm missing something, and I don't know what. Wait. If Chairman Winter was involved in the President Wang's abduction, it seems likely that whatever he dug up yesterday had something to do with the kidnapping. I get it. You do? You bet I do. We're talking treasure, right? Loot. You must have been digging up the ransom money. Ransom money? $100 million? Is an awful lot of cash. Burying would have been a good way to keep it hidden until the heat died down. So it seems like a possibility. Hee hee, glad you agree. That was it. I just had to put 2 and 2 together. Shifu, I'm back. I brought everything the police had on the fire. And also brought the picture from your father's office. Oh, one more thing. About time. What kept you, huh? I'll hand it over. Let's take a look at this mysterious picture, shall we? This is it. This picture I remember. Could this be a depiction of something that happened on the night of the incident? Sure looks like a kid drew it, huh? It's not really bad it's the work of the child who set the fire. Shifu, there's... What now? Look, it'll have to wait, okay? Mr. Prosecutor? Should we figure out what he wants? He says it's important. Why do you think my father kept this? I imagine he acquired it at some point during his investigation. But I have no idea why he would have chosen to keep it to himself. Can we see the case file for the fire, too? Sure, here. Just give me a moment to read through it. Seems the boy who started the fire snuck out of bed the evening of the incident. And then disappeared several days later. What? Must have been because he saw something, right? Objection! Come on! No, a kid? Really? That's horrible. I'm a vicious, wild animal. That's sadly not unimaginable. Huh? Looks like the kid left something behind that was put into evidence. Huh? What's this? That's... But what's it doing in that case file? What is it, Mr. Prosecutor? Have you seen this somewhere before? Something very much like it. Yes. We have a piece of evidence that could well be connected. That is not the issue at the stand? Are you sure? Evidence does. Wait, where is it? There it is.
Take that!
I don't know what it's doing in the evidence for that case. It looks like that might be the missing horn from the soft toy. Hey, that was President Wang's. You've seen it before? Of course, he always kept it somewhere, close by. Right, because of the missing piece. See, so it has a special device in it that plays record sound when you twist the horn. Thinking maybe putting the horn back on might unlock more recordings? Hey, you never know. The toy itself should still be up on the 51st floor. Hey, you heard the man. Yes, Shifu, I'll go fetch it right away. Here, Shifu, the Tarasaurus doll, just like you asked. Good work, hand to the prosecutor over there. Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to have a vote in this, so I'll leave it to you guys to figure out. Because obviously I'm going to say no. So, yeah. Well, does the horn found at the orphanage fit the president's plushie? It fits perfectly. And? Any more recordings on there? Hi, Dijun. Sorry, President Wang. It's me, Emily. I know it's been a while. I saw on the news that you were visiting the country soon. I didn't know whether I should get in touch at all, but in the end I decided I had to. Ebu! How's DDR? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We're doing some Ace Attorney, trying to finish up this last case. And in the end, I decided I had to. How's your stream? To turn it off right now. What's gotten into Judge Gavel? Are you okay? Just turn it off, please. You see, I had a baby. A beautiful little boy. You're beautiful. Hi! Good to see you. I can wave. I just keep forgetting. Also, am I off center? I am off center. Why am I off center? My head got tilted for some reason. That's weird. That's a pretty snobby wave. Sorry. I mean, I could do it like this, but it doesn't really track my hands very well. Hi. Wag on my fingers. I'm trying. Is that better? Wow, my arm got weird. Did you see my arm get all weird? Hi. The problem is I have to look over there to see what's going on, so if I look at the camera, I can't tell if I'm waving. I know I'm waving, but the hand tracking is not perfect. I'm sorry, that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you. Oh, except I called him Sean. Sean Fenn. It has a nice ring to it, don't you think? I called it! Sean's the president's father, or president's son. Yeah, this, we actually have one that is Corset Fox, but this is not it. This is Adventure Fox. Concentrate. No! That almost sounds like an answering Treeborn. Sean Fenn? The kid? And also that, I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you can meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. No, it's not actually a corset. It's just a dress with with laces. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where I will be. Goodbye. What? He was my dad? I'm so sorry, Sean. Can you explain what the heck is going on? Gavel? Sean, isn't my biological son. I adopted him. And he was aware of this? Yes, of course. His mother, Emily Fenn, she died 5 years ago. We were cousins. I still have something on my tooth. You know what? Next time I get a break, I'm gonna go try to floss that out. We're cousins. We were also friends. The best of friends. People often mistook us for sisters. And so when she died, it seemed only natural that Sean should come and live with me. Of course, we had to keep his father's identity secret. And I decided the best way to do that would be for him to never know it in the first place. That's quite a lot to learn from a recording made on a seemingly innocent toy. I guess Sean's mother must have recorded the message and then sent that plushie to the president. Hey. Yes, Sean? You're sure he was really my dad? Yes, I'm sure. Before you were born, your mother worked for a time as a diplomat in Zingfa. Makes sense. That line of work might well have brought her into contact with the president. What? You told me she worked at the orphanage. She did, but only after she returned. After she quit the diplomatic service. She always loved helping others. The orphanage was perfect for her. Sorry, Judge Gabble, but I have to ask. Emily, the lady who asked the president to come. Why didn't she show up herself? Why isn't she anywhere in the files related to the SS5 incident? She never made it to the party for that night. Someone was tailing her. I bet that was Chairman Winter's doing. Though sadly, we can't prove it. And because she couldn't make it, she never saw the president again. And she died 5 years ago. This can't be easy for Sean. Hey, Sean? Are you thirsty? We can go get a soda. My treat, okay? Come on, I think I saw a vending machine over... I think I can't buy myself a soda? It's important, and it's about me. I'm staying. Oh, that didn't work at all. You know, for a kid that looks very young, he's sometimes mature. So perhaps now you can guess why I met with the president 2 nights ago. That's it, that was the big secret. I wanted to tell him face to face that Emily was gone. But also that you were alive and well. More than well. That's okay, Nebo. We still love you anyway. But I... Makes sense now. No wonder Judge Gabble was so keen to avoid sharing details of their meeting. Yeah, she would have had to share the truth about Sean, too. That's why I took the lion lilies with me. So there would be no doubt that I knew Emily. That I knew her well. These flowers bore a special significance for the two of them, you see. President Wayne gave Emily a bouquet of lion lilies in the early days of their romance. Now he too is dead. If only he had lived. Brandon Fox. We have Astro Fox. Sean might finally have been able to get to know him. Yeah, we have a lot of outfits now, Nebu. Shifu! I've been waiting for the right time to say this, but... What? What is it? You've been hovering there this whole time? Can't it wait? They sent something else from Zingfa. Yeah, there's all the outfits that we've seen so far. There's a lot of secret ones, too. I believe we have, like, what, 17 secret ones left or so? That I know of? Off the top of my head? President Wang's will. What? President's will, huh? To give my father medal after medal, they had to come up with new ones just for him. And then there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride, our family's jewels. What? This is... What is it, Agent Lang? Does this have anything to do with our current case? You can say that. Seems he was planning on publicly acknowledging Sean as his son. Sean's name appears in the President's will? And we're certain that the document is authentic. That President Wang wrote it himself? Sure we are. It's old, but it's real. My family took charge of it back before the SS5 incident happened. I don't want to analyze it back home to be sure, but I'd take my name on it. Being the genuine article. Wang was a renowned world leader. A child nobody knew about that would have been sure to cause a stir. Would it really? They chose to mention the child in his will nonetheless. That's that, I guess. I still can't quite believe it, but the president confirmed it with his own hand. There's no denying it. Sean, you're President Wang's son. Sean! Hey, after him! Sean! Okay, Edgeworth after him. I'm going to pop a save in. I guess everybody went after him. Sean. He didn't run very far. He was my dad? It can't have been easy learning the truth about his father's identity so unexpectedly. I have seen a playthrough of that, so I don't know if that's something you want me to see. Or something you want me to play. It's been a while since I saw a playthrough of it. And too late to ever get to know him. You know how hard to try to find him? Sean. I get it. He was the president. He had a lot more to think about than just me. But he was right there in front of me. Right there on the set. So why? Why didn't he just say something? Why didn't he tell me who he was? It's been a long time since I saw it. I'm sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. It's been at least 4 years, I think. I think I was in my old office. Did you ever actually redeem a game request, Nebu? Or do you just, like, throw a game request out there? You did? What'd you request? Sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. That one game request pending from, like, 4 years ago. I made it 4 years ago, and it's now I haven't played it. I probably redeemed you. Or, refunded you. What was the game? It's not your fault, Mom. It's fine. If I hadn't broken my promise to you, that fire would have never happened. And he wouldn't have. Ruined everything. Everything. It's all my fault. Can we do a makeup stream? I even ruined your flowers. Sean, please, you must blame yourself. Just try to be here, with me. Just for a little while. The bond between parent and child, as symbolized by the lion lily. I'm no expert, but it's native to Xingfa, so I know that much at least. I don't have the luxury of dwelling on such things just now. I know it might be seeming sensitive, Agent Lang, but sentimentality won't help us here. We need to focus on what we can do about the case before us. So you're right. Yeah, if you redeemed it, I probably refunded it. The problem is, you probably redeemed it when the game requests were cheaper. That's why you don't seem to have enough points, probably. Game requests have gone up because game requests were getting too, the queue was getting too long. So you're right. I believe we've learned all we need to know about what happened back then for now. How did it all line up with your father's theories about the case? I wouldn't know. He took those to the grave with him. He never shared his thoughts with anybody. There's no way of knowing now what he figured out. What about your own thoughts? Are you feeling any more positive in light of what we learned from Kay's reconstruction? Are we any closer to learning what really happened 12 years ago? You know, I think we might be. My father's footsteps are starting to become clear. Now all we need to do is follow them. All the way to the truth. Before we do this, I guess I'll go brush and actually go, I'm going to go floss and see if I can get this stupid thing out of my tooth. So I'll be right back. We'll go brush before we start this. I'll be right back. Okay, I found the issue. I already got my choker. I went and grabbed it earlier. There was something in my tooth, or in my gum. I don't know what it was, but it looked like a splinter. And it hurt, and it was digging, and it hurt really bad. So I got it out. I pulled it out. It was bleeding a bit, but it's fine. It was it looks like a splinter. Like, it looked like a piece of wood in my tooth, or in my gum. So that hurt very badly. Bubble. All right, where were we? Okay, back to the story. Sorry about that. I got distracted because it was very painful. But it's better now. It doesn't hurt anymore. President went to the orphanage that night. That much we know for sure. What did I have? What did I have in my hands? What do you mean? What are you talking about? When? Tahara's toy proves it. He must have gone there to meet with Emily Finn. Except he was kidnapped and Aldo happened to see it. If Aldo hadn't been there, it would have been a murder, just a kidnapping. Instead, they had him move his body to the planters and staged that photo to throw everybody off the scent. That's our current theory, is it? What introduced wood? Honestly, I'm assuming it's like a spice or something that was in my food. In my dinner, because I did, like, it could have been like, I don't know. Rosemary? I don't know, what's like wood like? I'm not sure it was wood. I don't know what, I don't eat wood. I don't know how wood would have gotten into my mouth. I don't know. There's something I still don't understand. There is? This. Why aren't we staging the picture? They would have had to force the president to play along. What if he hadn't? It's a good question. It may be close to discovering the answer than we think. Just have to get there one deduction at a time. Yeah, I guess we will. Alright, deduce away. The president went to the orphanage that night. That much we know for sure.
Hold it!
Nothing should be taken for granted at this stage. We need to treat even the seemingly certain with caution. Can we be sure that the president went to the orphanage? I get it. You want evidence. This is a nice change of pace from people asking you to show them proof, huh, Miss Redworth? You need to actually say it out loud, Kay. Tahara's toy proves it. He must have gone there to meet with Emily Finn.
Hold it!
Plushie? It has a recording device that can sit inside it, correct? It does, and it was used by Sean's mother, Emily. The recording device is asking the president to meet her at the orphanage at midnight. Whoa, you're finishing each other's sentences now. What a team. You two will peel away the layers of truth like an onion, I'm sure of it. You realize that there's nothing underneath all the layers of onion, don't you, Kay? Try to say something a little less so fortunate sounding? Nope. You two will peel away the layers of truth like the skin of a wolf, I'm sure of it. He said less unfortunate sounding. Shall I continue? He said he was kidnapped and Alden happened to see it.
Hold it!
We go over the details once again. So Mr. Alden saw the president being kidnapped from right by the orphanage. And he was standing next to the snowman. Murder crept up behind him, grabbed a brick, and... Ayo! Eek! Calm down, Kay. We're simply verifying our understanding of events. Yeah, well, that little outburst just blew my understanding out of my ears. Ow! Where do you guys get all these Legos anyway? I have to go all over this game. Can we do it less dramatically? Really? Fine, I'm happy to keep answering if you're happy to keep asking. If Alden hadn't been there, there wouldn't have been a murder, just a kidnapping.
Hold it!
Mr. Alden hadn't been there, huh? That's an interesting suggestion. Care to explain? There's not a whole lot to explain. He saw the kidnapping, so he was murdered. he hadn't been there, maybe the kidnapping could have happened without any blood being spilled. But could it? Ow! You throw the fish before you get the fish. How do you know you have the fish? So you call gummy worms, not even fish. It makes it sound like it was Mr. Otto's father who was murdered. That's not what Agent Lang is saying, okay? What he means is that Mr. Otto was the only person who died at this orphanage that night. Well, of course he was. He kidnapped the president and everything. The ransom was paid and he came home safely, right? She's right, of course. But why does something bother me about that? I think it might be worth taking a look over all the evidence. Finish discussing with your assistant, Mr. Prosecutor. Let's continue, shall we? Yeah, we gotta press on 4. So they have to move his body to the planters and stage the photo to store everything out of the scent.
Hold it!
This is another very important part of our current theory. Shall we go over all the details again? Sure, probably a good idea. Alright, first, what did Alden see? He saw the president being kidnapped from right in front of the building. But the kidnappers came to avoid any suggestion they might be connected with the orphanage. If they replaced the film in Alden's camera and staged a photograph of the kidnapping occurring further away from the building. Indeed, they moved Mr. Alden's body to a location consistent with what that picture showed. Grr. Secrets buried underneath the snow 12 years ago are finally coming to light. Are we sure that's really what happened that night? Ow! I hurt! But I'm back. What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? What's up, Doug? I get the sense we're not seeing everything, that there's something else at play behind it all. There is? But what? I should let them finish before I start reading, because I'm trying to finish their sentences. A piece of evidence we discovered that Agent Lang's theory can't explain. We have to present it with it and develop our own thinking further. I go to 4. I would present... It's probably just bad luck. I mean, you know, if you have a redeem, there's a chance, you know, for it to do anything. Like, you could redeem it 10 times in a row and knock me out 10 times in a row. But it doesn't have that high of a chance. It's just luck. It's all luck. Kind of like everything else.
Objection!
You're saying there would have been no murder if Mr. Alden hadn't witnessed the kidnapping. Yeah, if stuff starts breaking like that, we're gonna lose everything. Like, the models go crazy. Every redeem is broken at that point. And I don't know how to fix that. I'd probably just go try to update it. Take that! Wow, it actually is kind of following along. Ambush! Saying there wouldn't have been a murder. No, you're saying there would have been no murder if Mr. Alden had witnessed the kidnapping. Is it really that? Is it that really the case? Why wouldn't it be? Their main aim was to abduct the president, right? So if there hadn't been a witness present, they wouldn't have needed to murder anybody. And yet it remains possible that Mr. Alden wasn't the only person killed that night. There's a large pool of blood between the planters, but Mr. Alden was murdered over by the snowman. It can't have belonged to him. What if all that blood by the planters belonged to somebody else? Oh, Mr. Prosecutor. You do realize what you're saying, don't you? I do. It's hard to believe. I'll be the first to admit it. But it's what the evidence suggests. Not just one person was killed here 12 years ago, but 2. Saying they covered up a whole separate murder? But who? Who else was killed that night? Whoever covered up this other homicide did so very skillfully. Indeed. They even seem to have been able to avoid it being mentioned in the files. They didn't quite get rid of everything. They have a piece of evidence from 12 years ago that they never managed to erase. This could show something else happened that night.
Take that!
Excelsior's winner tried to shroud the existence of the other murder in darkness. There was one piece of evidence he wasn't able to suppress. Thanks to the efforts of your father, Agent Lang. My father? Cast your mind back, if you will. Something else is hidden along with all the other evidence from the crime scene. This is the child who set the fire in front of the orphanage. Why would Chairman Winter wish to erase him from the record? Because he saw something he should not have. That's why. He did? What was it? It's right here in this picture. Picture my father kept. It would be the president on the right hand side. That's the Pterosaurus toy in his hand. Who's that standing across from him? Okay, I got dark hair. Let's look at it again. We look at it again. They're bald. Wait. Wait. Bald. There's no one bald person.
Take that!
He's got the little dog with him. See the dog? He's some ropes and a black dog. That must be Body Dharma Canis. Hey, Pixels. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna wave with my hand because apparently my other wave is too pompous. What? That creepy assassin guy? And what would a hired killer be doing in the presence of a president? I can think of only one thing. That's right. It was a kidnapping that occurred here 12 years ago. It was an assassination. Hiya! And Warden the Guard and Chairman Winter were... Yes, I think they were complicit. More than complicit, in fact. One provided the venue for the killing. Wow, look at his expression. And the other suppresses the testimony of the child who witnessed it. Mr. Adam was murdered because what he witnessed was actually an assassination. And not the kidnapping he thought it to be at all. You think I'm an idiot? How could the president have died 12 years ago? We found his body this morning. He was alive and well until just recently. Yeah, we even met him. Indeed. So you have a president killed 12 years ago, and a president killed in the last 48 hours. Two presidents, in other words. Right, which is completely impossible. Or is it? I think it's entirely possible for there to be two presidents. In fact, that would explain a lot. Regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Qingfang might not be a big country. We held that place together. President Ancient Lang spoke of was noble and capable leader. No, President Prince Master as well and truly slipped. Entirely unlike the man we met. It made it seem as if they were two completely different people. How could one country have two presidents? What could explain a situation like that? It's how it's possible for there to be two presidents. One of the two was a body double. Tell me that doesn't make sense. Show Fox. A body double? President Wang was a man of great power and influence in Zhengfa. A figure on the world stage. There must have been countless attempts on his life over the years. Such as the one at the Gold Lake only a few days ago. It's true. There are more than a few assassination attempts. That doesn't mean I'm about to accept there was more than one president. Now that proof. Do you have any proof there was more than one president? don't know. How is this useful at all? Future hand? I think you're gonna have a long, happy life. How do you know it's not over yet? Wait. That clock says 12. What time was he murdered?
Take that!
Susan, surely, you have to agree that there were two presidents now. Nope. How about I don't? I guess that anyway. As he says, bad proof is no mouth. Or meaningless evidence can tell us nothing. Okay. They've never been in two places at once. That would be pretty good evidence that there were two presidents, right? It would. Let's look over the evidence again, because of the facts of the case. So it's impossible. There can't be two presidents. I'll take to find out. You're gonna need some evidence. Okay, hold on. MC until midnight. This thing.
Take that!
I think he's noticed the contradiction staring him in the face. Or is he just unable to accept it? What's the matter, Mr. Prosecutor? Be quiet all of a sudden. Naomi Finn's record reporting she asked the president to be at the orphanage at midnight. But it should have been possible for him to be there at that time. Huh? How come? Because he's supposedly still at the embassy. With your father, Agent Lang. So he had noticed. The only way he could have been two places at once is there were two of them. Ow! So the real president, that was the one who died 12 years ago. I think it might have been. Why? And who? And who would have hired Canis to murder the president? In order to figure that out, we'll need to look again at the piece of evidence we recently discovered was a fake. Fake evidence, what was it again?
Take that!
Picture taken with Mr. Aldoon's camera was staged in Hammer's murder. Mr. Aldoon was murdered because he witnessed the president's assassination. In other words, this photograph too must have been taken after the real president's death. So who is the president in the staged photograph? The body double. Nothing else makes sense. I believe the president's double had him killed so he could take his place permanently. Excelsius Winter and Fifi Guard helped him do it.
Not so fast.
Wait, you don't even have a body to support your theory. Are you telling me it magically disappeared?
Objection.
No, in fact, we know exactly where it wound up. His body was here the whole time.
Take that.
Chain Winter dug something up last night. Something he couldn't trust anybody else to retrieve. We thought it might have been the ransom money, but it was actually something even more important. Wait, you mean... That's right. The real president's body. I think he's highly likely, anyway. What? The body may have been decomposing in intervening years, but the bones would surely have remained. Mr. Powers informed us that construction is due to start here sometime soon. Everything had to be wrapped up before then. The shooting of the movie and the recovery of the president's remains. I guess once they started digging the place up, they would have found them pretty quick, huh? Excellent, we need to have the so-called monster footprints analyzed again. I guess we do. There was a body under one of them. There's trace evidence to confirm it. Hey, give me somebody from forensics. Sir, presenting the findings of our analysis, sir. Human remains were found in the dirt, along with other signs of a body having been buried. Sure, so it really was him. Bones are also recovered from the home of Excelsius Winter. Physique looks to be about right, and dental and medical records are a match. It's him, no doubt about it. So suspected the real President Wang was killed 12 years ago. And the SS5 kidnapping was in fact a homicide. Alright, we're making real progress here. Wow, so it really was a murder, huh? This case has taken so many twists and turns, I'm starting to lose track. Yes, perhaps we should summarize our findings just to confirm that we understand everything correctly. Good idea. Let's go over everything from the point where the president arrived at the orphanage. 4 years ago, the real President Wang visited the orphanage. His aim? To meet his infant son. Hydrate, you got it. Ah, cold water on my belly. Footprints we originally assumed to be those of Mr. Aldone seemed likely to have actually been made by the president upon his arrival. But instead of being greeted by his child, he was met by the assassin, Bodhidharma Canis. That's so sad. He was hoping to see his baby for the first time, only to... Indeed. At least, with Mr. Canis, we can be sure that the job was swiftly and effectively completed. But then, after the assassination, another tragedy occurred. Mr. Aldone's murder. It seems he witnessed a key moment in the evening's proceedings. The moment when our culprits, the so-called kidnappers, took the president's body around to the side of the building. That's the site that sealed his fate. We now established that he was standing by the orphanage gates at the time. Far enough away that he believed what he was seeing was the president's abduction. At which point... Oh, the body double who had come to meet up with his co-conspirators walked right up behind Mr. Aldone. Into our unfortunate eyewitness being murdered by the man who was plotting to replace the president. So it was the body double who moved Mr. Aldone's body too. Yes, I think it probably was. None of the footprints could have been his, could they? Actually, I think they could. In fact, we have a piece of evidence that proves how that particular trick was achieved. What shows how the body double managed to move the body without leaving any footprints. Is it this one?
Take that!
What if the president double moved Mr. Aldone's body like this? I clear Mr. Aldone. He could have carried him to the other side of the entrance. Given his job was looked just like the president, he would have been wearing the same shoes. Maybe they stepped exactly the footprints left by the real president. Of course, his would have been the same shape and size. Random Fox, we have Black and White Fox? It is Black and White Fox. It was like a single set of footprints. That's how it all went down. I'm so glad we finally figured it out. Wait, but there's one thing I still don't get. There is? What? Why did they need to pretend there was a kidnapping? Mr. Otto had seen the president at the orphanage. Left a message on Miss Finger's phone describing what he thought he saw. It would have been impossible for the conspirators to erase that message, so he had to make it look like as if the evidence described in the message were true. I staged a kidnapping like the one he thought he saw. Exactly, I think the two people in the photograph are likely to be the body double and Fifi Lagarde. You wanted to wear a trench coat? How can you be so sure of that? Ethan would have had to walk out beyond the orphanage gates to stage the photo. The body double could have put his feet in the real President's prints as he did before. So this set of footprints were hers. Once the Weasel thought it belonged to the killer, yes. They were about a size 9, too small for Chairman Winter, in other words. Which means the kidnapper must have been played by Warden Lagarde. That explains how a so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination. It does, which means my father must have... He must have? Noticed. There's no way he wouldn't suspect a murder. Especially not with the kid's picture as proof. The picture was never officially put into the evidence, correct? No, he appears to have kept hold of it after taking the witness statement of the child who drew it. Yeah, because he knew. He knew President Wang was dead. He knew what would happen if that news ever got out. The file would have been plunged into chaos, no doubt. So he kept a secret, and that secret died with him. Even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping and our family name being ruined. So your father knew the truth about what happened 12 years ago, but he chose to hide it. It was finally coming to light at last. Alright, we updated everything. Is it indeed? Intriguing. Huh? What? Who's there? Orange. That sound. Is that a bell? Is it Bodhidharma Canis? It is. Bodhidharma Canis. And a puppy, too. What the heck are you doing here? Where's the law? You think you could show up in front of us like it ain't a problem? Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing the fascinating conversation you were having. Okay, the opportunity to gloat over your past crimes was just too good to miss, I expect. You killed President Wang. I did, but it's not something I'm inclined to gloat over. I was more interested in something else you mentioned, or someone else, should I say. Someone you're looking for, I suppose? Exactly. That's why I took a little sojourn from the penitentiary to find a certain young pup. A young pup in a rather eye-catching red raincoat. What? Wait, you know who they are? In a manner of speaking. What do you call them again? A secret mastermind? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat. Prosecutor looks a little surprised, doesn't he? Helmet? Yes, he does. Young pup I mentioned, he saved my life. You know, 12 long years ago. As you surmised, it was I who killed President Wang. That meant I too became an inconvenience in need of removal. The imposter President Winter Lagarde. Imposter President Winter, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence. If I hadn't met my friend the young pup again, they might even have succeeded. What are we doing now? So it was the president's body double who hired you. I remember his words almost as if it were yesterday. You know how many times I've nearly been killed? Not once, not twice, a bunch of times. Why do I take all the risks? Why am I the one they always put in danger? When I'm out there being him, people treat me like I was him. They worship me. So what's the difference? Who say I couldn't be just as good as him? There was a difference, of course. Even if he did look and sound exactly like him. Just because it walks and talks like a president, that doesn't make it a president, does it, boy? No. The guy's wish and became the boss, but couldn't quite fill his predecessor's shoes. Looks not around, that means I'm number one. I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes. You, of course I do. I'm the leader now, me. Yeah, it seems like the king and his knight were much the same. President Stubble knew that his employer had a weakness, a young woman named Emily. But in order to find her, he needed to enlist the help of locals. Locals such as Chairman Winter. Once Miss Finn had been located, they simply needed to find the right time to lay their trap. Meaning she arranged so the president could meet his son. That would have been the perfect opportunity. Indeed, and with the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, the little conspiracy was complete. Warden Lagarde. Now, quid pro quo. Where might I find the pup? Makes you think that the boy who helped you and our mysterious drink puller is one and the same. He set a little fire that night out there in the yard of the orphanage. Oh, yeah, we saw that. Some kind of prank, right? A prank? Yeah. It was nothing of the sort, my dear. As I understand, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. From there, you happened to see Winter and Lagarde carrying away a dead body. He also overheard them hatching a certain distorted little plot. A plot to remove me, the only other person who knew what really happened, from the picture. Thankfully, he was kind enough to come and inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. He also happened to mention later on that he was wearing his favorite red raincoat. In any case, he escorted me from the premises. And being a very considerate boy, thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. Seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion. So he spread it liberally about the place and set himself a little fire. No way, so that's what the fire was for. Must have been ever so beautiful. Winter and Lagarde were positively enchanted. While they were distracted by the show, he took the opportunity to usher me out of a side entrance. You never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind all this? I do indeed, don't I, Helmut? Yes, yes, I do. Who's a good boy? As you surmise, it was I who killed President Wang.
Hold it!
You're pretty forthcoming with that, particularly admission. A statute of limitations, I guess. I'm honest, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm tired of all the killing. Back then, I felt that death was my path. I embraced it and strove to learn what it had to teach. I have made my peace with that, and I'm happy to admit it. Aren't you, boy? Yes, yes I am. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but I definitely don't like the sound of it. Basically thought nothing of murdering the president. Not only is he an assassin, he's now a prison escapee, not someone to be trifled with. I can't afford for him not to talk. I'll need to tread as carefully as I can. Very well. You killed the president, and you're happy to admit it. Well, very much so. I wouldn't want you thinking that I drew my blade and missed. That meant that I, too, became an inconvenience in need of removal. Oh, crap. Go back.
Hold it!
You're always hungry, Cinnamon. You a target, but you're an assassin. Sometimes the hunter must become the hunted. Sometimes the living must become the dead. Please, Kay, don't feel the need to add a proverb of your own. Impermanence is inherent to the way of the assassin. Life-takers' lives are taken. So it goes. Wait, does that mean the people you're sent to kill sometimes try to kill you back? Or... happens, occasionally. But it's not what happened at this time. Imposter President, Winter Lagarde, all three became to guarantee my silence.
Hold it!
Mr. Cranus, you're a professional killer, and a famously skilled one at that. So escaping even 3 attackers would have been a little more than a minor inconvenience. Burger! No. Give me food. No. Get my face. Hey. You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem to forget that without Miss Helmet here, I couldn't even walk down the street. Against 3 assailants, I would have lasted more than a few moments. I see. So the most proficient assassins are ill-equipped to face a full frontal assault. We're not hugely fond of such situations, shall we say. I certainly wouldn't have liked my chances. I gotta sneeze. Sneeze? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, I sneezed. Good. And if I hadn't met my friend, the young pup again, they might even have succeeded.
Hold it!
Again. So the two of you had met before. Yes, on a cold and lonely Christmas Eve, 18 years back. That long ago? On that occasion, it was I who saved his life. The other case is snowing more than it had in years, and cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility. I'd taken Helmut out for a little walk. He noticed something and bounded off through the snow. When I caught up to him, he was sniffing at a car. The doors had frozen shut. It took all the strength I had, but eventually I managed to open one. Inside, I found 2 young boys shivering and semi-conscious. 2. Yes, and had I found them even an hour later, poor wretches would never have made it. I took them both to a nearby orphanage. It appears there's something significant about what he just told us. This about Kane's statement is especially noteworthy. You're certain that there were 2 children in that car. It was a long time ago, but I remember it as clearly as it were yesterday. There are 2 of them, no doubt about it. Why do you ask, Mr. Prosecutor? Is there some significance in the number? He's right, perhaps there isn't anything particular important about that just now. Would that be all in the matter? What's about Kane's statement that's especially noteworthy? This was on Christmas Eve, 18 years ago. You're certain of that? I am. Holy smokes. We have something that shows why that date's so significant. Which piece of evidence relates to the date on which Mr. Kane found the children? I was wondering why I still had this.
Take that!
That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred. The murder of a well-known sculptor. No way. An incident in the aftermath of which 2 children went missing. So the victim, Artie Frost, and the son of the murderer, Carmelo Gusto. Yeah, now you mention it, the little guys did go AWOL, huh? Intriguing. The son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense. It would? One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see. Must have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusto from getting into the competition. Indeed, because without his son to taste his creation, Mr. Gusto would have had no chance of winning. Kehehe, so that was what was behind it all. Sadly, neither of the boys were able to remember any such details. They weren't? No, when we met each other again on that night, 12 years ago, the young pup explained it to me. It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them. And the shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories. Unfortunate for them. They weren't even able to remember their own names. Wow, so they wouldn't have known they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto's kids. What he's telling us is true. That would seem likely, yes. Which means they don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Kane, do you mind telling us what happened next? Yeah, by all means. Pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison. But then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry. And then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things. People from 12 years ago. You mean Lagarde, Winter, and the President, I assume? Well, Warren Lagarde was in charge of the prison where he was an inmate the whole time, right? I fear I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. And she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course. Because you murdered President Wang, but they need the world to believe he's still alive. If somebody had exposed the president as a fake, it would have been bad for Lagarde and Chairman Winter, too. Exactly. Not only that, I happened to overhear something else intriguing that night. I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you could meet him if you like, even if it's just only this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye. Who are you? Sorry, but I'm waiting for someone. Somebody. I know you are. President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations. Please don't worry about your son. I only kill those who I'm employed to kill. Which in this case means you. No. But wait, this is my first chance to meet him. And it might be my only chance. Please, give me just a few minutes longer. I thought he was going to beg for his life, but no. Interesting character. I told him I was not aware that he had a child. No, he said, and shook his head. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I mean to make sure of it. We prepared something in case the worst comes to the worst. The son in question? It was the young gentleman with the horns here, correct? Horns, you can see them? Gah, I don't need to assume, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. And for longer than you may realize. The president meant to tell the world about Sean, and prepared something in case of the worst. But it's not enough simply to have Canis' word on the matter. Of course. We have something that proves what he's telling us the president said is true. The will. The will everybody knew about. He entrusted to my family to show his belief in us, after all. And even the recording the preparations he had made, and his will. With those two pieces of information, I was able to convince Warden Lagarde to do anything I asked. Makes me supposedly get a close truth about the body double at any time. John's true identity with it. President Wang was more agile than I had anticipated. He blocked my first knife thrust with something soft. By the time the piece had broken off and hit the snow, my next strike had hit his mark. So it was Canis who tore the horn off the Tarasaurus doll. I was the only one present to hear his final words. Sorry, just in my headset. Stupid Bang's in the way again. The Bangs are always in the way. The only one who knows the truth about his son. Well, me and that poor pup. Pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison.
Hold it!
So we were able to continue communicating with him from prison. Yeah, I was. Via post office box. What's that? Is it Knight? Was Knight the one? It's a means of exchanging mail without revealing one's own address. I never knew where he was, and I wasn't able to slip out and track him down. I was being kept under rather strict supervision, you see. By Warden Lagarde, no doubt. What were the two of you even communicating about? We were playing correspondence chess, of course. That and griping about our respective lots in life. Correspondence chess, didn't you lose to play that with... As unlikely as it seems, Mr. Canis' chess opponent was... Mr. Knight? Yeah, it was Mr. Knight. He found the diagram of the game in his cell, too. Does that mean Knight had something to do with all this IS-7 business? Wait, could that be it? Do we have any evidence that might connect Knight to the IS-7 incident? How about this pen?
Take that!
It's everything Knight left behind. Could there be a clue in here somewhere? Or bring a chess set? Which one should we look at more closely? The ring! What about Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Fender, take a closer look at it, if you would. That design. That's Paul Leek's trademark. Indeed, it looks like somebody turned their stamp and he used to sign his work with it into a ring. Why would Knight have been carrying it? And why was it not with the rest of the evidence from the IS-7 incident? Wait, how are we doing on time? Do I need to run an ad? No, we still got a few minutes left. Okay, we're good. They tried to release Frost's personal effects to his next of kin after the case went down. If I remember rightly, old Frosty Boy didn't have any family aside from his kid. The kid was missing, so I never got to hand it back to him. Not till later, anyhow. I heard on the grapevine that they found him in the end and gave him the goods. Including the seal, it would seem, which he turned into a ring and wore until his own death. So we're saying Mr. Knight was Mr. Frost's son? Cops don't mess around with stuff like that. They would have made sure before handing it over. And we were looking for somebody connected to the IS-7 incident who played correspondence chess, right? Wait, so our secret string puller is Bronco Knight?
Objection!
No, it can't be. Knight is dead. How could he possibly be involved in our current case? Perhaps our only candidate for a genius mastermind is a guy who already kicked the bucket. That's impossible. How can a dead guy be behind all this? It's a little perplexing. But then, who else could it be? When I stopped hearing from him, I couldn't help but worry.
Hold it!
He stopped responding? That seems strange. I'm glad you agree. Helmut did too, of course. That big scary mutt really said that? What, like, woof, woof, that's barking mad? He does not need to talk in order for me to hear him, my dear. He doesn't? Okay, well then let me ask you something. The look he's giving me. The super intense, kinda scary glare? He's not trying to say he's hungry, is he? He might be. He might be? Mr. Edgeworth, help! Cabley isn't fond of Candace's pet, it seems. Yes, there's a good boy. Now, where was I? Ah, of course. I suddenly stopped hearing from that pup. And people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place.
Hold it!
Does all seem like a little too much of a coincidence, doesn't it? An attempt was made on the life of the man who was pretending to be President Wang all these years ago. Warren the guard murdered Bronco Knight while he was being held at the prison she ran. An Excelsius winner, chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, murdered Rosie Ringer. And the more I think back, the more it seemed like at the time that some mysterious other presence was lurking behind all those incidents. Yes, even from behind bars, it was rather obvious that something strange was going on. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things.
Hold it!
You thought you'd temporarily regain your freedom? Could you be any more brazen? Yeah, even Thief was struggling to get away with something I thought I'd temporarily seal it. Fear not. Nobody was injured in the course of my escape. It wasn't necessary, after all. I have my ways. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We'll leave it at that? No way, pal. You escape. I would arrest you right now. There'll be no need for that, Detective. As soon as my business is concluded, I'll return home to my cell. Are you serious? This is supposed to be someplace you can just stroll in and out of when you please. Strange that you should say that. Weren't you the one who strolled in to try and dig into my past only recently? You. Agent Lang, Detective Gumshoe. I need to be able to question Mr. Keynes further. Could you both try to remain calm for now? Sure thing, sir. I knew you were going to say that. Arg, fine. But I'm not taking my eyes off the old dog, man. Not even for a second, you hear? And so you just enjoy the tapping out my little letters in Braille.
Hold it!
Braille? That's how you wrote all of them? That's right. I have the tools to do so in my cell. Huh? So you have to use special tools? I never thought about it before, but I guess that makes sense. What exactly did you write about, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, this and that. Do you know chess moves, of course? You wrote chess moves in Braille, too? That's interesting. Show Fox! Speaking of chess moves, how does that piece you carved yourself move? The dog? As we talk about that later. For now, I'd like to know what happened when the letter stopped. I sat in my cell and tried to imagine where he might have gone. Okay, nope. I still don't get it. What does he mean? Who's this puppy he keeps talking about? You like it? Oh, indeed. It seems that not even Mr. Keynes knows just to write any. See, and don't you like the choker? I especially like the little gem on it. It's very pretty. It's a turquoise. So we should focus on what we do know. If there was a connection between the two of them. I'm really interested in how that connection was maintained. I want to know how you read the things he sent.
Objection!
No, we didn't get it. Come on, Mr. Keynes. You need to see the countries which you said. Nope. You need to raise your voice, which I'd rather can hear you quite clearly. Although I do rather wish that I couldn't. Why embarrass yourself like this? It's way off. That's your old man, Detective. But I'll wear him down in the land. You'll see.
Hold it!
Motion contents. Let's see. Hey, what do we have? Oh, nice. Wait, is that a different one? No, that's one I just presented. Okay, so that's not it. We put it in the wrong place. You said you wrote all your letters in Braille. Is that correct? I don't mean to be any rumors, Prosecutor, but you do know about my condition, don't you? That's odd, because the chest diagram we found in Knight's cell didn't contain any Braille at all. Really, but sure that's impossible. How so exactly? Maybe someone typed Mr. Gaines' letters out on purpose. And there may have been some sort of intermediary between the two of them. So then... Mr. Gaines says he wrote his letters in Braille, and yet... the letters received by Mr. Knight contained no Braille at all. It's just there must be a third party who typed Mr. Gaines' letters out. This could have worked the same way on the flip side too, right? Or it was could have taken Knight's letters and turned them back into Braille. It could indeed. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. Mr. Canis, letters you received. They were written in Braille, too, yes. So some mysterious middle person really was retyping the Bronkster's missives. Huh. Oh, make sure you get yourself an otter, Pixels. They're adorable. Oh, that same person. I will be our secret string puller. But you're trying to say there's another hidden mastermind behind this whole thing? So who's this new one? Uncle Knight, son of Artie Frost, is already dead. What if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually who we've been looking for? Carmelo Gusto's son? But who is he? And where is he? If that was Frost's son, Gusto's son would have to be... I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were alone. He doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. Him? Surely not. What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? You're white as a sheet. Of course, this all makes sense. I know exactly who our so-called mastermind is. What? Who? You have to tell us. I know I believe it. But it's somebody we know rather well. Still got 4 minutes. The person we've been looking for is... How old was Knight? Where's Knight? He's 24. Right? Simeon Saint.
Take that!
Has to be the person behind all this. The person who forced him a winner's hand by sending the letter to Rosie Ringer. No taming the fox. I'm wild and free. The person who kidnapped Sean and bugged Kay and myself. The person who did the strange thing of all. Who drugged Kay and carried her up to the roof of the big building? It was the monster. What? Did you really just say what I thought you said? What I thought you did? Yes, the monster. That was the key to unmask our mastermind. I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right, the Very Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Are you ganging up on me? Everyone's ganging up on me. Miss Lloyd, can I ask a favor? Who? Little me? What kind of favor? You told us you recorded the sound of Tarasaurus breathing fire. What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Well, you're good, Ruffles. Sharpen a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beast breathing fire is what I captured. Sure did. Like I said, I didn't precisely see the guy, but boy, did I hear him. Can you listen to that tape? You surely can. Let's see now. That's it, that sound. It must be what I think it is. My theory is to be correct. It's about the monster, identity of the person behind all this. It's all falling into place. Sart, you saw a giant eye at the window of the storeroom, did you not? Yep. Snapped a picture of it, too. Even if you can't really see it so well. You can't see it right now, but... Hey, Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Your image analyzer. Your image analyzer. Can we borrow it again? Sure, but... What do you want to look at, sir? This photograph. Right here. Gotcha. I'm on it. What we're looking for must be here. We just have to find it. That's... See? I done told y'all. Tarasaurus' his own dang self. Heh, yes. There it is at last. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. Ma. Ma. Monster! You're finally ready to admit it? That he's dang well real? The big bad bull himself? Himself? No, because that isn't Tarasaurus at all. It's the eye of a different giant beast, entirely. Take a look at this if you would. It's a big circus flyer. Oh, well wait, look. See it? The enormous lion balloon? That's the real monster. And the sound Miss thought was the creature breathing fire. I already pointed him out. It's Simeon Saint. Ah, come on. You're really gonna bring me crashing on Earth like that? That's how balloons fly, huh? They burn gas to make hot air. No, it's Simeon Saint. That's how balloons fly, huh? They burn gas to make hot air. They do. And our culprit was able to use that balloon. He had up to the roof of the big building without ever going near the elevator. This culprit, they got something to do with the circus. Circus worker, friend of the big Bronxter, son of Gusto. Whoa, you're not serious. You forgot to mention trainee and animal tamer. Heh, it's hard to believe. But he's the one who's been pulling the strings this whole time. That's right, Simeon Saint is the one behind all this. It's a Simeon, but everything, really? I don't believe you. We trusted him, and he trusted us. You can't tell me that that was all lies. That would be too horrible. Alright, we gotta go brush. So we're gonna take a moment to go brush. I'll be right back, okay? Put up the brushing, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. I was a little bit slow. Alright, we're back. Get down the brushing. I'm sorry, Kay. Hold it. Who's that? Hey, where do you think you're going, old man? Heh 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 heh. Nothing escapes you, does it, young pup? My congratulations, Mr. Edgeworth. But now that I know the truth, my business here is done. What? No, Mr. Canis, wait. Grrr. Earth! Damn it, he disappeared! Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? Where did the dog go? What the dog doing? Don't worry, I'm fine, but... Damn you! Are you alright, Sean? He killed my dad. He did, right. There's no easy way to say it, but... Sorry, Sean. It would appear that he did. He won't get away with it. I'll make him pay. Somehow, some way. I'll...
Overruled.
No, Sean. You mustn't say such things. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll have to forgive us both. Stupid hair. I just put out a call, sir. All units are on the lookout for Mr. Canis. I don't mean to hurry everybody, but we'd better be on our way too. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, where do you think we'll find our mastermind? I suppose you're right. We should go after the mastermind right now. He said he had to practice for the show, but this means he'll be at the circus. Before we leave, there's something I'd like to ask of you, Agent Lang. There is? What? Once a beast has been sighted, the next step is to plan its capture. When we arrive, there's something we'll need to try and find as a matter of priority. And Detective, I'd like you to look into something that's been bothering me, about Sean's kidnapping. Yes, sir. I want help too, Mr. Edgeworth. Good. There's somebody I'd like you to try and contact. If Saint really is our mastermind, we're going to need this person's help. In our many encounters, I've never suspected a thing, even though he's right there in front of me. I messed up. There's no other way of putting it. But I'm going to put things right once and for all. Okay, I'm starting to feel like maybe we can pull this off. This feels like, okay, if there's two more parts, we're probably gonna finish. But if this is the last part, we might have a shot at this. It feels like a final confrontation here. So I might have a new game tomorrow. Oh, hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Did you guys come to watch the show? Hello, Miss Berry. Mr. Saint. You're a little early, I'm afraid. We're still practicing. I'm glad you kept your promise. Yes, I remembered you giving me this. That's so great. You're going to have so much fun. I think even you'll be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? I think you've surprised me enough for one day already. What are you talking about? Would you mind looking at this photograph, Mr. Berry? That's the eye paint on the balloon you used to advertise circus, correct? Oh, yeah. What's this exactly? I have a strong suspicion that the balloon was used by the criminal we've been looking for. You do? Who's usually in charge of the balloon, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, that would be Simeon. But wait, you don't mean... Maybe the monkey's the mastermind. Mr. Saint, you took the balloon out late the other night, didn't you? Sure, I was practicing. I'm still pretty bad at flying it, so I need to put in some extra hours. Hope at night, when it would have been even more difficult than usual? A strange time to decide to practice. But why else would I have taken the balloon out? What are you saying? That you weren't practicing at all. You were taking an unconscious Kay to the top of the big building. In order to frame her for the murder of Rosie Ringer. Security cameras never recorded Kay taking the elevator up to the roof. Which means she must have gotten there another way, from the sky. And The only person able to make that happen would have been you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't understand. That's not all you did. You also attacked Sean at the garbage disposal area, drugged him, and carried him away. That's why you were late for the hearing at the courthouse, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do any of those things? Please, you have to believe me. I never, ever do anything like that. I wish I could believe you. But I can't. Any trust I had in you has been completely destroyed. But that's horrible. Why would you say that? Tell me back in the jail, you said you believed I was innocent. You don't worry about that. We're friends. You know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club, after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. What's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of this. Get you out of here. This is just awful. I never thought you'd lie to me. Well, we didn't lie. I swear, Simeon. We said you knew what it was like to be me. I trusted you. That hurts, Kate. It hurts. It hurts so much. Devil, I'm Sob. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. This is Simeon we're talking about here. He's not a bad person.
Objection!
I see it now. That's your strategy, isn't it? With everybody. You root out their psychological weaknesses and exploit them. And without even realizing it, they wind up doing exactly what you want them to. Exactly the behavior one would expect from the arch manipulator behind all of our recent troubles. Is he gonna turn? I was too blind to see it before. But you won't fool me again. Simeon Saint! You were guilty of crimes too numerous to mention. Oh, so that's how you want to play it, huh? You always did have the courage of your convictions, I guess. Luckily, grinding people's self-belief into dust is kind of a hobby of mine. That's awesome! I love that transformation sequence. I love it. He's got the Catalina. That's amazing. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, I love every bit of it. That's amazing. I love it so much. It's great. Look at it. And look at the cat. The little chipmunk holding up the cat. Yeah, well done, all of you. I'm genuinely delighted by this. Look at it. Look at his expression. Well, this is certainly a side of him we haven't seen before. So much for the training animal tamer who wouldn't hurt a fly, I guess. I guess that was all an act. And I'm glad we're finally getting to meet the real you. So, Simeon, this can't be true, can it? Truth lies, what does it matter? Huh? All you need to know is that Mr. Edgeworth here has made me very mad indeed. Look at that, that's so cool! I'd go to see a show that did stuff like this. Ha 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 ha. And the cat, it's great. And now he's going to pay. With words! Sure, I went up in the balloon a couple of nights ago, but I was just practicing. I guess somebody took that picture when I flew by the big building. I fly around the area doing promo stuff for the circus all the time. Nothing to see here, Miles. Nothing at all. So you go up in the balloon reasonably often. Yeah, promoting the circus, like I said. Is that true, Miss Berry? Well, it's true that it's Simeon's job to go up in the balloon and spread the word. I guess just about everybody in the area would have seen him up there by now. I think the balloon was used for the commission of a crime. Nonsense. I just happened to be in this area where it happened. Someone took a picture when I was floating past the big building, that's all. Not really judge whether you just happened to be nearby, thank you very much. And here we go. Can we get to the bottom of this? I went up the balloon a couple nights ago, but I was just practicing.
Hold it.
This balloon, do you usually launch it from here at the circus? No, you need a wide open space. There's a park over by Sunshine Coliseum. That's where I usually take off from. Ow! Why are you throwing nuts at me? What'd I do? I see. And how do you get the balloon to the park to launch it? Not by hand, that's for sure. The thing must weigh a few hundred pounds. It's kind of impressive that it can even get off the ground, now that I think about it. I prefer if you didn't change the subject. How do you transport the balloon? They will not. I'll give a guy a break, will you? It's not like I was getting miles off track. Sheesh. Use a truck, okay? You just have to load it on the back and away you go. Truck, you say? Yeah, last time I took it out would have been 2 days ago. Well, that could be important. I better keep it in mind. That certainly does look like a balloon in the back of it. Random Fox. What we got? We got Spring Fox. Last time I looked at the balloon out in the truck would have been the day before last.
Hold it.
Just to confirm, the truck hasn't been anywhere else since then. Why don't you need to confirm that? I just told you, didn't I? Answer the question. Or are you trying to avoid this one too? Ho ho ho, that was a cheap shot, even for you. If I say something, you don't need to confirm it, because I just said it. See how that works? As Sister insists, the truck's been parked out back since the day before last. The balloon was still loaded on the back with that basket and all. Now explain to me why that even matters. Not right now. I think I'll just thank you for giving me a straight answer for once, and leave it there. It means to insist that the truck has been parked here since 2 days ago. And I think you might have let more slip there than you realized, Mr. Saint. Are you done? Alright, as I was saying. Next time I took that picture when I flew by the big building.
Hold it.
So you're saying you just happened to fly past somebody with a camera too? Oh, I get it. I'm starting to understand how you think, Miles. Next you'll say something like, there's no way that's just a coincidence, right? It's down to slippery slope. There's no such thing as coincidences. Now there's a scary thought. But that's not what Mr. Edgeworth's saying at all. Why can't you just... Don't play into his hands, okay? He's deliberately trying to frustrate us. He's hoping that by needling us, he'll be able to avoid the question. And why do you think he'd be trying to do that? Because he's a clown? No, because he's got something to hide. Precisely, so we can't let up. We have to stay on the offensive. We have to remain calm while doing so. Gotcha. Hey, Simeon, this highly capable prosecutor's assistant has a question for you. Are you trying to tell us you just happened to fly past the big building? He's right, you know. I wasn't going to answer. But you're so bad at this, Kay. I guess I'd better throw you a bone. I fly around the area doing promo stuff at the circus all the time.
Hold it.
You're in charge of both the promotional work and the balloon is used for and the balloon itself. Is that correct? You don't believe a word I say, do you? But it's true. Ask the boss. Right, boss? Yep. Simeon's in charge of keeping it clean and making sure it's all working properly and everything. I don't think anybody ever even touched it except for him. Not lately, anyhow. Interesting. I think we can safely say he was in the balloon when it was photographed the other night. But he's their mastermind. There are parts of his plan he would have had to carry out today, too. I have to dig into those a little more. Why the big silence? It's not like this is tricky stuff to process. There's a balloon, it was flying through the sky like balloons do, in the story. Nothing seen here, Miles, nothing at all.
Hold it.
Oof, is that so? Not only were you flying at night, multiple crimes were committed on that same evening. And you expect me to believe that there's nothing to see, as you put it? Are you trying to provoke me, Miles? It's not very nice, you know, starting fights with people. I'm a clown, we're all about smiles, not frowns. Oof. He's certainly skilled at steering the conversation away from the topic at hand. That's not going to help him here. I just have to stay on the attack. We don't know a whole lot about this balloon. Yes, Jack. Maybe we should try and learn a little more about it. Let's present the truck.
Objection.
We saw the truck. This truck. It wouldn't happen to be blue, by any chance. Huh? So what if it is? We happened to see a blue truck out ourselves just today. One with a large basket loaded in the back. If that was the truck you told us about, then your statement about it not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Oh, we got an army here. Agent Lang, Emma. There you are, Mr. Edgeworth, at last. I've been trying to find you ever since we wrapped up the case yesterday. He sent me a message saying you were here, so I came right away. And I found what you asked me to go look for. It was loaded on the truck in the parking lot out back. A blue truck. Well. I think that truck might be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it.
Objection.
Well, just because it's blue? Like a million other trucks. What makes you so sure it's the exact same one? And I saw it too. It's the same one for sure.
Objection.
Huh? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? That wasn't me. Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claims with evidence. Wow, you sound just like him. Show me. I demand proof. Must be able to prove it somehow. It's the same truck. I'm sure of it. Now, what are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. No, you can tell just from that? Why don't you just prove it's the same truck? I don't see how it's like luminol testing, maybe? Why would there be blood in it, though? I like to have the truck dusted for fingerprints. Because if he touched the truck, there'd be fingerprints on it. So if Miles' fingerprints are on the truck, it's the same truck. Huh? Why would you want to do that? Because I expect to find a certain very specific set of prints. If I do that, prove beyond all doubt that this is the truck we saw in front of the big building. Whose prints prove it's the truck we saw? Miles Edgeworth. Yours? You think you're going to find your own prints on there? I do, because I put my hand on your truck when I saw it in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, could you lend us your scientific skills one more time? That's why I'm here. One moment, please. Ow! Why are you trying to get the squirrels to attack me? Is Frost going to show up out of nowhere and start attacking? You're both trying to get me attacked. Alrighty, take it away, Master Edgeworth. How does well, huh? Me? Of course. Who else did you think it was going to do it? Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you how. The last case, if we finally learn how to dust for prints, fine. Well, fine. I don't see why you can't do it yourself. Just spread the powder over the area you want to search the prints. Like this. When it goes around, pressing space will allow you to adjust the area with powder. Use fingerprints, so once you've found one, make sure you dump plenty on there. And blow away the excess. Blow it away? Yeah, with your mouth. Huh. Like that. Blow with teeth should remove any excess. Powder. Right, you got all that? Yes, thank you. Now try it, for real. Oh, there's no such thing as too much powder, by the way. Go crazy. Just dust it all. That's it. That's a nice clean print you got there. Can I compare it to my prints right away? Yep. Leave it to me. That confirms it. It's Master Edgeworth's print, alright. And with that, another lie is exposed. Yark! So what were you doing in the truck? Oh, just driving around. For fun, you know.
Objection.
Hey, I was abducted 2 nights ago. In a boomside nearby. And say another abduction, this time involving a truck supposedly used to transport garbage. And your truck was hiding nearby.
Objection.
Coincidence. Nothing more. You only believed you were near the scene of the two separate deductions? Simply by chance? Just be honest, you were involved in both. Makes you think they were even connected.
Objection!
A certain very important piece of evidence, that's what. Ha, oh, this should be good. What connects Kay and Sean's abductions?
Take that!
The evidence was the culprit and both evidence was the same. It does? Which part of it? This part right here? Oh no, that's too late. It was too late. Kay was abducted. Wait, no, it was right. Wasn't it? You're not so sure, Mr. Edgeworth. Hee hee, that's because he isn't. You're just bluffing, aren't you? I thought it was good though. Earth saw right through that little ruse. You can have the same both times and probably use some the same techniques. Oh, got the stuff, the medicine. Let's look back over everything connected and see what we can see. You're right. There must be something. Oh, what's the matter, Miles? No evidence, after all? Such a shame. I have the evidence. It's right here. We had the 3Z thing, or the 4Z thing.
Take that!
Kay was drugged with a dose of powerful sedative. And a bottle of sedative was found right next where Sean was being held captive. Very same brand, no less.
Objection!
Huh, I knew you'd try something like this. The same sedative was used. So what? Does that mean everything's connected? You know as well as I do. That doesn't prove anything for sure. Yeah! We must have something. Must be a piece of evidence that can tie him back to both crimes. Miles, prosecutors, you, Miles, you're all the same at the end of the day. You force the evidence to fit the crime, or you flat out make it up, just as long as somebody goes to jail. You're no different from a certain other evidence tamperer we've had in the misfortune of meeting.
Objection!
No, I'm nothing like him.
Objection!
Then show me. Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? No, it's no use. You don't have anything that's can tie in directly to both kidnappings. Okay, you about done there, Miles? No more cheap shots left to fire? Great, well I have a show to be rehearsing for, so if you don't mind...
Objection!
Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. Wouldn't want your good looks running down your face now, would we, Simeon, old pal? Well, what are you sticking your nose in for? Hey, I just sensed the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? Thought I ought to lighten the mood. Help me out here, Kay. Lift our spirits with a little dose of the old Great Thief magic. Now tell me twice. Okay, let me see. I can do Simeon's voice. Here goes. Objection. Well, what do you... Take this seriously, will you? Thought you could do with somebody running a little interference for you, Milester. Not the most ethical approach I know, but... Again, Kay, again. Worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try and prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else to suggest that he is our mastermind? Let's do a quick save. It's been quite a while since we saved. Well, it's only been like 20 minutes, but still. Of course. Kang's was looking for our secret string puller, too. The young puppies, he called him. If I could prove that Mr. Saint was that same young pup, then perhaps... What evidence do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes?
Take that!
This is it. This proves beyond a shadow doubt that you're involved in this case. Well, I can't say I'm not intrigued. Alright, join the dots for me. Yeah, with pleasure. Now, if you look here and then hold this like this... Oh, no, Mr. Edgeworth. That's all wrong. Totally wrong. Ooh, you're gonna have to join in, Kay. There's something. It's here somewhere. I'm sure of it. Something that proves the link between our current case and the secret string puller. What else do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes? Let's see here.
Take that!
Is it this? Nope. No good. No good. I don't see anything. Anybody see it? Anybody have any ideas?
Take that!
Nope, no good. We're getting worse.
Take that!
I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. Oh, and that same person? I will be our secret string puller. That's right, our mastermind was involved in Canis and Knight's correspondence chess exchanges. If I can prove that Mr. Sane was the hidden intermediary between the two of them. Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. You don't have anything, and I have to practice for the show. So if you don't mind...
Objection!
Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here. And I can't take any more of your interventions. Oh, just look at that face. Yeah, I like it. Miles Reno's back in the game for sure. I'm seeming the funny clown. Look at me juggling. Hi, Kozo. Welcome. Hi. Welcome. How's your day? Hope it went well. Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint, you're a fan of chess, I take it. Huh? Where'd that come from? Chess? Sure, I don't hate it. I think Stringpool was playing correspondence chess with Mr. Canis.
Objection!
I thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was your so-called mastermind?
Objection!
No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter, if you would. Who do you think could have written it? Who is the person who had inserted themselves between Mr. Canis and Knight? That person was me? Hee. Why would I go to all that trouble? That's crazy. Make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that led Fifi Legard to murder him. What? You're saying he'd set that up to try to get Mr. Knight killed?
Objection.
Listen to yourself. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? I mean, if the shoe fits. You see me. I can barely even get the animals to do what I want. I mean, they're acting as your armrest right now. We can find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis. That proves the connection beyond a doubt. I'd like to have your room searched. I believe we might find...
Objection.
Letters? You won't. Trust me. What? Once I've known something, I put it straight in the trash. Guess I'm not a sentimental type. Well, I get hung up on the past, right? Yeah. He must dispose of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks. Guess you went without the evidence you needed. Once again, huh? That's a bad habit, you know. This doesn't prove anything either. You've fallen short yet again. What do we do now? Are we out of options? You accuse me of betraying my friend and you don't even have any proof? You're despicable. Who's that? Oh, hi. Miss Berry? What does she want? Sorry, it's just... I was thinking about what you're saying, and... This Knight person. You mean Bronco, right? Simeon's friend? Yes, what of it? Does she know something? A letter came from him this morning. For Simeon. What? What did you... How is that possible? Knight is dead. Miss Berry, we need to see this letter right away. Sure. Here you go. Let's open it, shall we? Then the correspondence chess letter. Next move in the game with Mr. Canis. Best spell checkmate. Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you're never going to beat me. Not at chess. It's postmarked the 26th of March. The day before Knight died. I guess I must have gotten held up en route. Well, we do move around a lot. It's part of being a traveling circus. Our mail arrives a little late all the time. Interesting this addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint. Ah! This is it, isn't it? The proof we needed that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis tonight's games. Well, the letters you would have transcribed into Braille in order to create the illusion they were somehow connected. Curse you, Bronco! You're still getting in my way, even now. I hate you! I hate you! Timmy, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend. Ha, we weren't friends. I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago. Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words. I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at the contest. Then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad says I have to do this. And if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Stop it, Bronco, stop it. I have to go meet my dad, I promised. I'm not there to taste his candy for him. He'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everybody he's the best in the world. But no, he locked me in that car with him until he nearly died. He tried to get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. What? You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murderer. What do you mean? That doesn't match up with what we know at all. See, the victim in the IS-7 incident was a guy named Artie Frost. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remembered was pretty mixed up. So I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. Wait, Artie Frost wasn't the one that had the flavor problem. The murderer was a man named Carmelo Gusto, a confectioner. Really? Never knew Bronco's father's name. Maybe I chose not to remember. I was just thinking about it. The sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach. Mr. Saint, are you sure you didn't know the name of your murderer until just now? Hey, do you think I'd known it if I did? No, I'd have reported him to the police straight away. I knew that was Bronco's dad tricked my... All I knew is that Bronco's dad tricked my dad. That's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserved to die.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you've made a mistake. A big one. A mistake? What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not long before the murder. Under the name Paul Halik. So I hear, but I don't remember anything about that. I wish I could. Oh, well, I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't. Because he wasn't your father. Huh? Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny. Not at all. You're right. It's not. But you need to know the uncomfortable truth. This piece of evidence proves that you're not Artie Frost's son.
Take that!
Huh? Bronco's chess set. And a ring? Yes, take a look at the ring for me, if you would. What's the engraving want to tell you? It's 2 letters, right? It is. This is the seal with which Paul Leek used to mark his works. It was found next to Artie Frost's body, 18 years ago. But why would Bronco have a memento of my father? Police looked for Frost's son for a long time, and eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. Well, but that's not... That would mean I was... Where'd the rabbits come from? Precisely, that you were in fact the son of Carmelo Gusto. No, that can't be. I'm... My dad was... I remember, don't I? Bronco tied me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? No way, so I get to do circusing even though I'm in jail? Hey, I'm still looking forward to the next move. Got a little chess game. So the show is just the icing on top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I will. And hey, come back soon, okay? I'm mulling over my next move in the meantime. Now, speaking of which, I put a little something in your chess set. But you can take a look at it later. Little something? No idea what that might be, but thanks. If you hadn't detained me 18 years ago, it wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? Me? Oh, it was nothing. Goodbye, Bronco. And farewell. And all that. And now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead, too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Canis, why I stayed in Trouttville all those years. I'm doing on time. 20 minutes. And there we have it, the truth at last. Mr. Saint, you were Mr. Canis' correspondence chess partner. And you were the one manipulating events this whole time. Hee. You're right. It was me. It was me all along. At last, he's finally telling the truth. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago. But you knew that already. The president's assassination. Just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. And they knew it too. That's why Lagarde kept questioning me. Day in, day out. I guess I couldn't face what I knew next day. Doing. I was a nervous wreck. Who could blame me for wanting to get out of there? I imagine it wasn't easy as simply running away. Winter would have sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming. 24 hours a day. 365 days a year. I couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. It drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My whole life I've been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of the prison. No regular person could have hoped to stand up to people like that. From the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There's only one person I could turn to, Canis, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco, he really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Try to think of our famously ruthless assassin winning the admiration of a child he saved. He showed me how to stop being a victim, to stop being hunted, and become a hunter myself. And they all became my prey. I doubt even you imagined that the body double would ever go so far as to go after our country's police. No, I sure didn't. And as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even merely managed to ruin things this morning. Lagarde almost got away with it again. But I know him now like the back of my hand. I can see exactly how it was going to all go. How it was going to all go down. So I saw right through their plan. Now Chairman Winter will try to suppress the evidence and will warn Lagarde's trial. I see that's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You want to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence or evidence. Regardless of the presence of evidence or rule of the law. That's so hard to say. Or the rule of law. Maybe I did. How was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Never helped you sleep at night, but Winter pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hope of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently came to hate.
Objection.
That's only if I'd actually kidnapped anyone at all. I'd never do anything so wicked, never ever. Me commit a crime? No. Besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge wouldn't have been nearly as fun. Ha ha ha. Hee 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 hee.
Objection.
So you admit it. Your motive in all this was nothing more than revenge. Sure, I admit it. So what? I despised every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody. The most she can blame me for is writing the odd letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell her about Winter. Another to him so he knew about her. The fact they wanted to kill each other, and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. So you take no responsibility for the fact that your acts resulted in multiple murders? Right. Same thing at Gourd Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. The whole fake assassination plot, I handed that to Bronco on a plate. That was part of his plan too? So Rook's murder was...
Objection.
No. That was all Bronco's idea. Nothing to do with me at all. Still, it moved things in the right direction, wouldn't you say? It's a fated crazy thing. You can't talk like that about a murder. Setting Lagarde up was easy too. I just made it seem like Knight and Canis were in contact with each other. It slipped the chisel inside the chess set. So it was you who put it in there. Yes, it was. I thought that might point everybody nicely in Canis' direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that would be all it took to make that awful woman murder poor Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive, and then things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to be put into play, of course. Who? Me? You solved both cases and finally brought down Winter and Lagarde. I guess you could say your powers of deduction were the weapon that put into them both.
Objection.
We're pushing, Treeborn. I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure you didn't. No, you were doing me a favor. You're just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right? What'd you say? All I had to do was cower and say, no, a few times. And you rode to my rescue like the hero you are. Was getting arrested part of your plan, too? No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. Made my blood run cold, for sure. But then who should come through with a turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest legal mind of his generation, my knight in shining armor. I bet it felt pretty good saving me like that, huh? You ought to take me. You know, I don't do that for many people. You're wrong. He wasn't playing at being an attorney. He was trying to help you. Because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me right when I needed it most. Hey. Hee. Oh, did he? You're sure he wasn't just trying to... on his dear departed daddy's shoes for size? No, that's not what he was doing. Come on, K-Meister. Don't let this clown get you down. He's projecting, plain and simple. Painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people. The poor kid doesn't even understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it. He'll never understand. Think I care what you have to say about me? Do this for a second. I've got my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from. And yet... Think about it. I never actually did anything. What's my plan exactly? Explain it to me. Making a pin an incitement charge on me? Read my letters. I don't mention murder anywhere. If I did, maybe you'd have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. But the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all. That's not true. You kidnapped me. Sorry, but did I miss the part where you proved that? All I ever admitted to was sending letters. Letters which didn't threaten, coerce, or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call important information. Ah, he's a slippery one. I'll give him that. There's gotta be something we can do. What about this? Excitement stuff he's talking about. Incitement, Kay. It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it's seen as equivalent to committing the crime itself. So we need to prove that he told them to do it. You say it like it's going to be easy. Guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all. You think you can make me carry the can for the murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. I don't even have to talk to you. I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you? I can think of one reason. The tent is surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Really? You don't think I planned my escape too? What if, just to pluck an idea out of nowhere, I trained all these vicious wild beasts to attack on command, for example? All I'd have to do is say the word, then slide off stage in the chaos. What? You wouldn't. Hee. I'm just spitballing, but you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I could just easily take Sean hostage with a gun I may or may not have in my pocket. Yeah, you know what? That would make for a killer show. You will do no such thing. It's hard to know what lengths he might actually be prepared to go to. Knowing what we know about him already, we have to be prepared for the worst. Fine, I'll humor you, but once the curtain goes up on this little performance, it better be a lively one. Bore me, and we're done here. Alright, let's see what you can keep me entertained, shall we? Alright, looks like it's getting a little bit dicey here, so we're gonna go ahead and do a quick save. Do we need to go brush? Is it time? We got 11 minutes. Let's go ahead and brush real quick, and I'll be right back, okay? We'll go and brush before we do this last one for all the marbles. Possibly, or half the marbles. I don't know. Just do 2.5 minutes, alright? I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back a couple of seconds late, and my headset broke. Hold on. I fix. Okay. Alright, take that down. Alright, we gotta press on. Here we go. God, he's not going to give me an inch. But there must be something we can do. We can't let his crimes go unpunished. Alright, can we press him, or do we have to not press him? Think about it. I never actually did anything. What's my crime exactly? Explain it to me.
Hold it!
You encourage others to commit murder, and those murders are duly committed. If I can prove it, you will be punished just as if you had done the deed yourself. Okay, what's the word for it again? I forgot already. Incitement. Okay. Chairman Winter, Warden Lagarde, and Bronco Knight. All were criminals in their own right, and all committed unforgivable acts. But all were induced to commit these acts by someone behind the scenes. This man right here. Oh ho, oh ho. Oh ho 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 ho. You really don't hold back, do you, Miles? That doesn't change anything. You think you can pin an assignment charge on me? Read my letters. I don't mention murder anywhere.
Hold it!
Nowhere at all? What? You didn't look? I can give you a minute if you like. Oh, he's clearly confident that I won't find anything. He must have planned those letters down to the last word. Look, I don't want to teach you how to do your job. But if you can't prove I encouraged them to commit those murders, your assignment charge goes up in smoke. Hehehe. Too bad. So sad, huh, Miles? If I didn't maybe have a case, maybe you could say I encouraged them.
Hold it!
I know for a fact you made those murders happen. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winter kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? You told me yourself.
Objection!
Did I? And you can prove it? If you can't, the sin's here. Just ask yourself, could the sweet innocent boy have done the things you're saying? No, 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 no. Grr, I hate to admit it, but he's right. Without proof, we have nowhere to go with this. We could only prove what he said on that phone call. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all.
Hold it!
That recording might help. Same story as always. What do you mean by that? Hee. Why does that matter? That's not important here. You know what is important, though? That you can prove nothing. Nothing. Until we have some way of showing that he's guilty, we're just going to continue floundering. Either I thrust items into evidence in front of him, and hope for the best, I go over it all one more time. Whichever method I choose, proof is the only way we're going to get anywhere here. He confessed to me over the telephone. He told me he was the one who made Chairman Winter kill Rosie Ringer. I should find a piece of evidence that proves what was said on that call. I'm betting this is it, though. The tape.
Objection!
I'm saying this piece of... Oh, nope. We're dead. Come on, just put it away, Miles. Just put it away. Welcome back. I haven't even finished speaking yet. Yeah, you really don't need to. I know Buff when I see it. And this isn't even a good one. It's written all over your face. Go! Well, what kind of face am I making? He's a slippery customer. Miles Reno, that's for dang certain. It's fine, Fender. I'm not about to give up. I was hoping you'd say something like that. Well, back to it. I'll be cheering you on from here. I bet you're about to drop a logic bomb that blow this case wide open. I hope so. Either way, we'll get to the truth in the end. So what do we have? I mean, can we do this? Can we...
Objection!
Let's just say this piece. Nope, we're dead. Not sure it does it. Me? Forgive me. Which Edwards? That's just disconnect, I'm afraid. Alright, well, let's reload. Which one? Wait, this one. Wait, didn't we just save it? I tried the tape. Oh, I may have screwed up. We may have gone back too far.
Hold it.
Wrong statement?
Hold it.
Oh, go statement 2 then. Alright, statement 2. Let's go ahead and do this.
Hold it.
Just in case that matters.
Objection.
Random Fox. We have... Oh, a Classic Fox.
Hold it.
Alright, we're gonna blast through. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the Classic is the ears don't move. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the ears on the newer models they move.
Objection.
Say this piece of evidence. No?
Objection.
What, again, like... See, that's the thing, like, if you have the right piece of evidence, it shouldn't really matter where you drop it.
Objection.
Like, why would it not be this evidence everywhere? I'm afraid you're wrong. I have proof that you meant for at least one murder to happen. But you said it yourself. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winter kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? I said that? Weird, I don't remember. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything. This time you're wrong. I am? Yes, because our conversation was being recorded. By someone intercepting the signal from the very listening device you planted. It was? You got your conversation with the clown here on tape? That's what you're trying to tell us? No. Like as he says, a schemer's schemes will swallow him in at the end. Miss Lloyd, could you play us the tape, please? You bet I can. Got it. Here's the part right here. Mr. Edwards, that's Judge Galvo's cell phone. Who's this? You're the one who abducted Kay. I can't hear, Mr. Edwards. Sorry. It's right around here. I was surprised as... Huh? That's weird. Something wrong, Miss Lloyd? I'll say, seems we maybe, didn't quite catch the next part on tape. What? Why? How could it not be on there? Hee. Oh, poor babies. You think I'd leave myself wide open like that? Blink again. Something a little special about that bug, you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. What? I never knew they make those. Remote control bugs? Sure they exist, but... So you switch it off to avoid being recorded? Bingo.
Objection.
But how? But does that prove that he planted it? You would have had to know you were being recorded in the first place.
Objection.
And I did, of course, I did. It's so obvious that someone was eavesdropping, and that's because... Miss Lloyd, was it? You knew about the prosecutor's kidnapping without any prompting. No, you heard the whole conversation? I did indeed, old pal, but I must say, I thought you would have figured it all out much sooner. Aren't you supposed to be a genius prosecutor? Grr! Now, where were we again? Oh yeah, at the part where if you couldn't prove incitement, it was game over. Oh well. Nurk! Aw, shucks. So my tape ain't gonna be nobody after all. Come on, I must have recorded something you can use. If only that were true. Hey, K-Meister. Yeah? The old buggeroo. It was in your pin the whole time, right? Did I shake anything loose from the old brain tree? I don't know. Give me a sec to think. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before.
Objection.
So sad, relying on flawed evidence. Desperately trying to make it stick. That's quite enough of that for now. Next topic, please. Huh? He's trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry. You wasn't directly in contact before. We just said that. Why do we have to flash back 3 seconds? Kay had a one-to-one encounter with him only recently. What's down to that point in time had been recorded? Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the intercepts from the bug for? Started about, let's see, now, 2 nights back. In which case, in which time frame would I be able to find Mr. Saint's voice with that tape? I don't remember when things happened. It's all a blur. Night before last, so 2 nights ago. Mr. Saint abducted Kay and took her up to the roof of the big building. 2 nights ago. What if there was a recording from around that time? Miss Lloyd, quickly play the scene tape you have from the night before last. Huh? Oh, sure thing. So that's the sound of the balloon. Indeed it is. At around that time, I imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it. Which means he can't have been too far away from you or the bug. Is there anything else on the recording, I wonder? Bang! Ka-chang! Wait, that noise. That was a gunshot. Bzzz. Heh, you turned the bug off then too, it seems. Unluckily for you, you were a little too late in doing so. There's no escaping it now. That gunshot ties directly to this case. Huh? What are you talking about? Nobody ever even mentioned a gun. He's wrong. Somebody involved with this case destroyed a firearm. I just need to remember who it was and present the piece of evidence that proves it. The evidence shows that a gun was used in an incident related to this case. It's the gun strap is doing the thing, right? Yeah, right there.
Take that.
It's written right here in the president's autopsy report. Traces of gunshot residue were detected on his hand. Urk! And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was in the balloon, being taken by you to top the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed it to be. Yes, I was there with the president. Wait, not long after we started talking, he noticed something and told me to leave. And the gunshot rang out shortly after that. Maybe you didn't hear it yourself, Mr. Saint. Now when it sounds crystal clear in this recording, he was crushed by the balloon? You're just going to pretend to ignore me? What else do you expect me to do? When you keep spiraling your weird theories. We thought he was crushed by the head of the bull thing. But he's actually crushed by the balloon. It weighs like several hundred pounds. And he landed the balloon on the guy. And then transported him down below. We didn't just hear a gunshot on that tape. Ka-ching. So listen carefully. You can hear that the bullet hits on me, too. The president have been aiming at Mr. Saint? What would the bullet have struck?
Take that!
I think the president was firing at the balloon. If he was, what we heard on that tape could have been the bullet hitting the basket. Let's take a look and see, shall we? Bam! A hole! With a bullet stuck in it. There's a bullet hole in the bottom of the basket. I call that pretty conclusive proof. I had trouble believing somebody could land on a person with a higher balloon, because what if you could get out of the way? Urgh! Well, Mr. Saint, how do you explain not just sound of tape but that accompanying bullet hole? You see everything, don't you? It's pretty impressive. I have to admit. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you if you really wanted to find it. Just shut up and confess, will you? Alright, alright. No need to get cranky. I admit I flew the balloon up to the roof. But when I arrived, Judge Gavel and the president were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the president noticed me, and he made the good judge leave right away. Then he pointed the gun at me and fired. Why was he trying to shoot down the balloon? Oh, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend and the judge here. But me? Yeah, you told him about Sean. What'd you think would happen? Why do you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter. Because you knew the truth about Sean's parentage. He was afraid. Ha, afraid. Yeah, you can say that. The man was a total coward. The Cowardly Lion! His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me, he couldn't even shoot straight. So you see? I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was an innocent bystander. I admit I flew the balloon up to the roof. When I arrived...
Hold it!
Now, what time would that have been? Just after 11, I think. That's when you and your pal went up to the roof, right, Your Honor? Yes, it was. No contradictions there. The fact that we've confirmed the time is important, nonetheless. Because I arrived when I did. Judge Gavel and the president were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say.
Hold it!
So you didn't expect to find the two of them there? Of course not. Why would I? But it's lucky I got there when I did. We all know what would have happened if I'd been any later. He was just about to try and kill you, Gavel. You really didn't expect a thing? I am afraid I did not. I had no idea. Maybe you shouldn't have blabbed to him about the kid. Did you ever think of that? So that's... I was maybe trying to... Dimple. What kind of mother are you? Lucky you didn't kill you and go there after the boy.
Objection!
I'm your opponent here, not just Gavel. Now, leave her alone and tell us what we need to know. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll take it from here. I am in your debt, Mr. Edgeworth. As is Sean. I trust that you will look after us both. And I pray that the gods of justice will watch over us all. He. Your precious gods didn't even warn you there was a balloon right behind you. Only the president knows me, and he made the good judge leave right away.
Hold it!
He made her leave? But why? Well, was he planning to kill her? Sure, but I'll bet he didn't want to do it in front of the witnesses. Murderers don't tend to want like that. She didn't know what he was to a president, right? His secret was safe for the time being. And now that he knew about Sean, he could kill both of them whenever he wanted. You two got lucky when he died, huh? Why the frowns? I'd be smiling from ear to ear if I were you. Hee. I don't think anybody will be smiling until this matter's been cleared up once and for all. Please, continue if you would. Your wish is my command. Where were we? Oh yeah, the coward of fake president. I guess the wind suddenly appearing in the sky must have shaken him up pretty badly. And he panicked. Then he pointed his gun at me and fired.
Hold it!
You're lucky that bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out of here. I tried to get out of the second he pulled out that gun. Couldn't have found balloon going pop. But it's close run thing. So that's right then and there? Of course I did. He was shooting at me. Are you saying there's a problem with that? Is that present a problem? And then you managed to leave Kay there up on the rooftop. Which means you didn't actually leave the victim vicinity, did you? Oh yeah, guess I forgot to tell you that. Next part. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. I hung around a little longer to make sure that the coast was clear, and then I landed on the roof. Would you mind appending that statement to your testimony? Makes no difference to me. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor.
Hold it!
The hatch that leads to the storeroom, where the items for the underground auction were kept. If only we had somebody that was in there as a witness. The auction? My memories are still a bit fuzzy, but the auction was 2 days ago, right? Indeed, the auction was being held on the 50th floor that day. And a bunch of people were going in and out of the storeroom while it was happening, yes? They were, which means that if the president really did escape that way, as Mr. Saint says, so I must have seen him. There's no way he could pass through there unnoticed. The problem is the time in which each event occurred. Which of the times line up, I can think of a certain piece of evidence that could prove helpful to our case. So the story that just happened to witness the events on the roof from the balloon. If he hadn't come along when he did, Scout might have been in serious trouble. He's basically her savior, right? I think it's quite that simple. After all, he's there to commit a crime, too. In order to expose that crime, we need to go over his testimony in detail. Must be a hole in it somewhere. I got some ideas. Alright, so we have a timestamp, right? Alright, this is 11:05. Okay. Let's go to here. Represent this.
Objection!
You're lying to us again. I am? The president never entered the storeroom the night before last. Miss Hart testified to that fact. What? And you believe the word of a two-bit hack over mine? I beg your gosh dang pardon? Say that about the chief again. I dare you. I'll wipe that smile right off your stupid clown face. So I know that Hart was camped out on the 51st floor that entire evening. But if our fake president didn't escape through here, then how the heck did he get off the roof? Excellent question. And one that I hope to provide the answer to next. We know we didn't leave via the elevator, so neither that nor the hatch are possibilities. Which leaves only one possible way of escaping that rooftop. How did the president leave the rooftop if it wasn't via the elevator or the hatch? We have so much evidence to go through. And it's like the last piece of evidence, too. We can go backwards.
Take that!
He flew. He flew? Yes, in Mr. Saint's balloon.
Objection!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Quit fooling around, huh? Will you? Why in the world would I give that guy a lift in my balloon?
Objection!
There was a security camera on the elevator. Miss Hart was on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way he could have left the rooftop.
Objection!
Heh. You know what the circus is all about? Making the audience think you're in danger. Giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm not in danger here, even if you think I am. What do you mean? Watch and learn. Miss Hart, can I ask you something? You were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never even blinking for a moment? You bet your big toe I was. I didn't say as much in my testimony.
Objection!
Huh. So the noise, the sound of Miles' faithful assistant falling through the hatch? That didn't scare you so badly that you fainted? I already mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few blinks after that. Well, passed out unconscious, you might say. What? What happened? That explains the noise that caused you to faint. Well, Miss Hart? There's the sound of Kay crash landing on the storeroom floor. Well, so what if I did? Ain't a girl in the world don't get caught a little unawares sometimes. Hey, sorry, Miles, but that's what you get for putting your faith in these people.
Objection!
Doesn't matter. Kay can't have fallen down the hatch till after the president left the roof.
Objection!
Are you sure about that? Allow me to offer a little counter theory. Coward fake president fired his gun at me. Then he hid in the shadows until after your turn fell down the hatch. Well, so what if he did? What would that mean? Come now, surely even you can see what I'm insinuating here. It's elementary. If the president hid him until after Miss Hart fainted, he could have passed right through the 51st floor undetected. Or no. Yeah, and there we have it. The little theory about the secret storeroom falls apart. No. No! Do you have to do that to me in my own voice? Ha ha ha. Hee hee hee. That's right. Oh, another thing. I might have let Sean's identity slip to our pal, the president, while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to the set to try and murder him the next day, only to wind up being killed himself. That's right, it was Sean who murdered the body double. False reason to the boy have for doing so.
Objection.
Oh, a pretty good one. He already knew he was the president's son. Oof, and how did you discover that, exactly? Because I told him. In one of my trademark letters. Well, what? He's lying. Oh, you bet I am. Huh? Or am I? Maybe I didn't tell him. And maybe I didn't. Well, Shawnee boy, which is it? It was my fault the star's head fell off the roof. I admitted that much already. But I didn't find out my dad until today, I swear. Huh. Well, well, well. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug. Who knew it was you who made it fall? And the president died from being crushed, was it? Ack. Alright, well that's confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats on getting your revenge. That ties everything up pretty neatly, wouldn't you say? Although I guess you'd say something more like... And so the pieces fall into place at last. Well, counter my unassailable logic if you can. We're running out of time! You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That was the case with Bronco, with clear winner. So what makes you think I'd let that fake president set foot on my balloon? So I thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head. Just said old Tarasaurus noggin to fall on, That makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead, no doubt about it. What was the motive behind the murder? The truth I shared, just like I said. Get it? The truth? That thing you're so fond of? That's what caused the murder here, not me. No, that's not possible. Well, is there a detective in the house? Somebody arrest that boy. Can't help noticing nobody rushing to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter? Grrr. Kershaw. Heh. Just I thought. Admit it, you're all the same. You, winner the idiot phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into your jail cell, don't you? That's the justice you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs.
Overruled.
No, that's not true.
Objection.
Well, if you're not gonna make a move, guess I'll have to step outside and speak to an officer myself. Once I tell them the kid here's a murderer, maybe then they'll finally do something.
Objection.
We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint. Heh, how did I know you'd make some excuse for stalling it even longer? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. And yet, do you still want to prolong the agony? Well, as long as you know what you're doing. No, he's not holding back. It doesn't matter, we don't have that much health anyway. What, did you forget that little Shawnee's life is in the line too? Hey, Mouse Reno. Alright, let's press everything, and then we'll what is this one? Oh, we got, Jinsagam Fox. That's hard to say. Hey, Mouse Reno, let's take a deep breath for a minute, would you? Why would I do that, Fender? Because it's times like these you need to kick back, take stock, and be grateful for what you have. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles. Remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and Laughing Boy can't agree on. So how about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on the balloon or not? Rather, under what conditions would Simeon have been cool with letting him get on board? I turn about and thinking. Forgive the interruption. Just my 2 cents worth. Or your old man's, I guess I should say. Maybe Gregory's techniques can still prove useful in this crazy modern era. He's right. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on that balloon? He was a physically imposing man. What's more, he was carrying a gun. Could he have been drugged? No. There were no traces of sedatives found during his autopsy. which case, surely not. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for. Arrgh, this is going to be tricky. But I have to tear his testimony down one statement at a time. Alright, let's press on everything, then we'll save, and then we'll see if we can present. You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there.
Hold it.
Yeah, he pulled a string on the balloon and landed on the guy. The strings in question being those of Sean, the president's body double in this case. You seem pretty confident of your abilities in that particular arena. Is that so weird? I'm an animal tamer, remember? And what's the wildest animal of them all? That's right, humans. Yeah, humans are scary. I mean, not you guys. You guys are great. It take much to get these two dancing to my tune. A little truth here, a little hint of revenge there. Somebody ought to thank me. I did this world a favor. Hee. Mr. Edgeworth, he's scaring me. Don't let him get into your skin, Kay. We have to stay strong. This man sowed the seeds of another's revenge in order to achieve his own. It's our duty to stop him, we'll succeed in that duty. And it's a big duty. Hehehe. Why do people do bad things, huh? Don't they realize it'll just come back to bite them in the end? That was the case with Bronco with Chairman Winter.
Hold it.
And so you insisted you had no direct involvement in any of what occurred. What can I say? I don't like to get my hands dirty. Sure do love to watch the action unfold, though. All those idiots desperately trying to kill one another, they don't even know I lit the fuse. I love it. Ha, you haven't changed. All you did 12 years ago was watch, too. Talking about the whole SS5 thing? Hee. Ah, stop it. Your poor papa, scrabbling around for answers and find nothing. Shucks. What do they call that again? Oh yeah, rank incompetence. Hee. Grrr. Rawr! How dare you? Agent Lang, please. You don't know the half of it, you damn clown. Your father may not have closed out the case, not public anyway. But it was thanks to his work that we were standing here right now. Hee. Sorry to butt in, Miles. But your little pep talk isn't going to magically solve this case now. Now, I know you have your theories. So what makes you think I'd let that fake president set foot on my balloon?
Hold it.
That's the only way I could have gotten down from the roof of that building. Alright, let's game this one out, shall we? Suppose I took him down to the ground, like you said. What's wrong with doing that?
Objection.
So you admit it, you did take him on your balloon.
Objection.
You're really obsessing over this one little detail. This is like you, Miles. And how do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, show me the city at night? That's ridiculous and you know it is. Or did you really fail to think this through?
Objection.
Said yourself you gave him Sean's identity. Sure that was enough to win him over.
Objection.
Win him over? The man who shot at me? No. Then you must have put him to sleep and carried him away like you did with me.
Objection.
Very well, let's suppose that to be true for a second. Did the autopsy show the presence of sedatives? That's still good. He's just not giving us an opening. Anyway, never mind all that. There are way more interesting things I'd rather talk about. Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that bottle Monster had.
Hold it.
I actually have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president really was killed by the Taurosaurus head...
Objection.
Hee. Don't tell me you're throwing your own pet theory in the trash, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. Aren't you the one who went to all that trouble to prove the man squished by a head hypothesis was true?
Objection.
Oh, that may have been my theory at one point. That was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed him.
Objection.
Why the past tense? That's still your theory, no? It's not like you to have anything else right now. President's body double was crushed under the falling Taurosaurus head. Fact. No. There must be something. Another piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing? Think it's time you gave up, Miles? I don't like watching you struggle like this. We all know who did it. The model head is practically screaming his name. And who said old Taurosaurus is not gonna fall,
Hold it.
Sure, Sean was the one who caused the head to fall. That must we know. He even admitted it, himself. Fantastic. So we're all in agreement? Well done, everybody. Case closed. Sean Finn killed the fake president, and that's that. Somebody get those cops in here.
Objection.
Not so fast. This case is far from closed. Hee. Still scrabbling, huh? Well, alright then. Enlighten us, and be quick about it. If you can't, I want to see the kid in handcuffs. Or are you only a stickler about the law when things are going your way? Mr. Edgeworth? What do we do? What do we do? Think, Miles. Think. Mr. Saint killed the president, body double. It would have to have happened while the two of them were together on the roof. So what would he have what would he have had to hand? That's the answer. That will tell us how he's killed. What would we have had to hand? Or he's not going to make this easy, is he? When you think about how the president died, it's a very particular cause to say the least. We assume he was crushed by the Pterosaurus head, and the whole thing becomes Sean's fault, right? But what if that wasn't what the president was crushed by? Oh, is there something else that could have exerted a similar kind of force? Alright, we save now. Just in case we don't have a lot of life left.
Objection!
There we go. Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. What? He. Did you really just say that? You? I get it. He's a kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? To use his special powers? The only person who communicates with monsters was you. Sorry, but you must have me mixed up with somebody else. No monster pals here, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Heh, why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Saint. I can prove it. Well, what? How about the lion balloon? Yes, a quivering mockery of a monster, filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself. Sorry, you lost me. What are you trying to say exactly?
Objection!
You seem very keen to stick to your story about having manipulated Sean and the president. But no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that's nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. And the president was dead long before he left that roof. Had been killed by your balloon. Oh, I get it. That thing may look lighter than air, but it weighs a few 100 pounds, right? When the president attacked you from the roof, I'll think for the pets. You had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose landed the balloon right on top of him. That's fine. You didn't need to let him ride on that balloon, and he didn't need to coerce you into taking him. Because with you, what you took away was his dead body.
Objection!
Wait a minute now, Miles. If what you're saying is true, the president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which would mean time of death recording the autopsy was wrong. It would? Wow, you're really losing your touch. Look again. It's written right there. Time of death, April 5th at approximately 11 p.m. Clear as day. Yeah. April 5th, that was yesterday. Which means... Exactly, it means he died when the Pterosaurus head fell off the roof. Alright, Sean, it's time to be honest with us all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your daddy, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? We get it. Who wouldn't? He slapped you. What kind of father would do that? No, that's not what happened. I already told you. I didn't know who he was until today. But you did know, because I told you myself. Ah, can my theory really have been so wide off the mark? I want to thank you once again, Miles. You had a winner and Lagarde until their crimes were finally exposed. By ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Got all those powers of deduction. If the time of death matched up, everything else would fit. So, could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Oh, what was the other guy's name again? Carmelo Gusto? You even ran him down for me. That was some great work you did there. Of course, Gusto. The I-7 incident. He killed Frost and froze his body in order to conceal it. No need to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to secure the time of death. They determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea would have been an obvious suspect. Yeah, bingo. The cold room. Hee. I wish I could have been there to see his downfall too. How can you say that? He was your father. Random Fox. Oh, we got this is Galaxy Dress Fox. It's so scary, Miss Lagarde just keeps asking and asking about what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come and take me away. Is it because I broke my promise? Because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work? He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of person would do that? We have shared the same blood. That's it. Father? What a joke.
Objection!
You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like your father than you know. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Fate can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same even in the methods you chose. You deliberately threw off the time of death just as he did. That's why we had to rescue him from a warehouse of refrigeration down by the harbor. Refrigeration in a depot? I threw off the time of death? And how did I do that, exactly? I hid the president's body in a very specific place. And the body right here.
Take that!
You needed to keep the body cool somewhere. And you also needed to somewhere to keep Sean. Yeah, who knew that they two were connected? You're talking about the kidnapping again? Why are we bringing that up now? As much as you may wish we had forgotten, know that you kept Sean in a refrigeration unit. Same refrigeration unit in which you kept the president's body. Just your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. What? You're saying I'm the same as him? The same as the animal who abandoned me? A sad irony, but an undeniable truth, nonetheless.
Objection!
Shut up! I'm nothing like him. I can never be like him. He has nothing to do with me. And we're nothing alike.
Objection!
Sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and old Gusto have more than a little in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff way back when we first met, right? Heh. That's not the part of your daddy issues. I don't know what it is. Ah. You don't understand. You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on everything you do. You think the same way. And your every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. Sniffle eye. War! Or should I say, hee 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 hee. I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit. And the kidnapping? Nothing to do with me.
Objection!
Nonsense. You did so you blackmailed Judge Gavel. We don't know for a fact that you were involved.
Objection!
You're a real danger to be around. You know that? Miles, what aren't you going to accuse me of? But it takes nothing. You still don't have any proof. Of incitement, of kidnapping, of anything. Oh wait, or are you planning on maybe fabricating some? Taking a leaf out of the old winter playbook. Gurk! Never. I would never do that. I can't let myself rise to provocation. What was the line? No matter what happens, we must find the truth? Something like that? Ha! But only when the truth suits you, huh? That's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? And why? I had to get my revenge myself. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. I got away with it. I got away with it. Oh. Lagarde, winner. And now you. None of you can touch me. It's bad, Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't there anything we can do? Everything points to this man being our culprit. Yeah, but there's one person we're not counting on. We need evidence. Even just one piece. Alright, it's been fun, but it's time we brought this little show to an end, don't you think? Stick around for the main event, though, won't you? Even let you in for free, if you'll finally admit defeat. Hee. So I had to drink. Hold it. It's one person. It can only be one person. Who was that? He's bald. He's got a puppy. And here he is. Nope, never mind. Sorry to keep waiting, sir. Gummy, where have you been? I've been doing my job, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me. Hey, Dad Gumshoe? Do you have anything to report? I had to look into a few things real quick, sir, about the refrigeration unit where the kid was kept. It was registered to the Very Big Circus, just like you said. Aha, and there it is. Just in the nick of time. Excellent work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint? Must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? Oh, a valid question, I suppose. We're no experts in circus trade. Perhaps we could ask your department manager for thoughts on the matter. Well, Miss Berry? We do hire a unit to store all the food for the animals. I don't know where it is. I leave all that to Simeon. He's so good at that kind of thing. Arg! You fool! Eek, Simeon, you're scaring me. Such a shame, but rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. You know that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall on you. So he panicked and moved it to the grounds on the big building instead. Yeah! So you weren't kind of Sean being found in the unit where you kidnapped him. Oh, you know you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective. Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale. Oh, that's good. That's funny. Don't think you've won just yet. Miles. You're missing proof for the most important part of your little theory. I am? Perhaps you could enlighten us. You don't have any evidence that I crushed the presidential faker with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any. I'm afraid there is. What? If Mr. Saint murdered the victim, as we think he did, there should be traces of your misdeed on this piece of evidence.
Take that!
And last, the balloon basket should turn up the evidence we need. Hee. That balloon again? You already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? We expect to find plenty, actually. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? If there's truth to be found, then we'll find it. He's a hero of justice. He sure is. We'll find something for sure. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of the way, got a way tighter spots in this one. But I said, we believe in you, Miles Reno. If we didn't have everybody agreeing, we might be able to finish this tonight. I'm not sure. And so does your Pop. He's looking down at you right now. I know he is. Even this guy who's dead has to weigh in for a second. Just stay calm and see this through to the end. Miles Edgeworth. A perfect victory is only moments away. President's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. And you, Simeon Saint, will pay for your crimes at last. I'm looking forward to this. We got everybody here pointing. Looking forward to this. Time to wrap this mysteries up the past, present, once and for all. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deal the final blow to this unthinkably wicked man. Sorry, I burped a little bit. This last piece of evidence to prove your guilt beyond a doubt. What should we expect to find on the balloon if it was used to crush the president?
Take that!
When Sean found the president's body, he also found a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies, symbol of the connection between parent and child. Popular flower back in Zingfa. That's your proof? A bunch of flowers that will be rotting at the dump by now? A bunch of flowers that Sean threw away? So much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection. That's got nothing to do with this. It's got nothing to do with any of this. Ignore him, Sean. You threw those flowers away, that much is true. But the bond they represented remains as strong as it ever was. The president held onto them until the last, an act which provided us with our final piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about? The flowers Sean disposed of had been squashed flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. If we examine the basket for traces of lion lily pollen, what do you think we might find? No. You don't need to do that. You looked down over the basket just now. Anyway, if there's pollen stuck to it, you would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow.
Objection!
Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint. Huh? Emma. Yeah? I'd like to call on your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind. Give it to me. Alright, let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we? Yeah, we're out of time, Treeborn. Ah, I've got something. Bright yellow pollen, just like you said. It's from the same flowers. It shouldn't take more than another quick test to prove it. But what? And there we have it. You murdered the president, and this murder you carried out yourself. No, how could this... No. It was the president, with that balloon. Then you loaded his body into the basket and took it into the refrigeration unit. But why? Why go to the trouble of removing the body? Because he knew another incident was scheduled to occur that same evening. Oh, Rosie Ringer's murder. Exactly. If he had left the body there, it would have been interfered with his other plans. I get it, and he couldn't leave the body in the refrigeration unit for too long either, right? Indeed not, so while returning to the big building to drop the body off again the following night, he must have disturbed the fire Sean caused and the Taurosaurus head falling off as a result. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To blame Sean for the murder? Nerd! It made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him so that my son would take the blame. Despicable coward. In order to achieve your aim, you lowered the president's body from the balloon to the lot below. And while he was dangling from the rope you used, he was caught on Sean's rehearsal tape. No, how did you see through it all? How? I'm trying to finish this, okay? You manipulated people, you manipulated cases, you manipulated animals on the stage. You thought you were all-powerful, but your brain is at an end. Animals look like they're made mad with you, Simon. Even Money and Azia. They thought you were their friend, but you're not. They're sad and mad all at the same time. So stop it. Stop looking at me like that. Heh, perhaps they will when you finally stop clowning around. You're not cut out for comedy. Your tale is destined to end with a whimper. Piffle, don't get away from me. Get away from me! Leave me alone! Dad, where are you? I'm so scared. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong. Nothing. I'm not the bad one. They are. Why, Bronco? Why did you stop me from going to see my dad? If only none of them did what they did, I wouldn't have had to. I couldn't trust the police. I couldn't trust anybody. I was all alone with nobody to help me. Ah, there he is. That man. He helped me. Candace is the only one who ever helped me. So if I used people, I had to. Is that so wrong? No, leave me alone. Leave me alone! Ow, that hurts! Stop it! Stop, you! No! Wow! Oh, that must have hurt. No! Oh, that was the elephant. No! I'm amazed he's still standing after that. He took a punch from a gorilla. Seems the game is up at last. The killer. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you just got out of the way? Mr. Edgeworth, may I be the first to congratulate you? You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now, I'm free to... No. Guns are so clumsy. Don't you find? I don't have a gun. Please, not only are you carrying one, you were just about to draw it out. You were just about to draw it. You must have stolen it from the president after murdering him. The gentleman created a bond of trust. He knew the so-called president was an imposter, and he employed me to kill him nonetheless. There's nothing more dangerous for an assassin than to be lied about the nature of one's target. If one does not know what cards one's opponent is holding, one can be very unpleasantly surprised. Brrr! But that was not your true crime. No, thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me. That is the crime for which you are about to pay. No! Double assassins! You! It's been a while, the killer. Step aside, Canis. That man is my target. I would politely ask that you call off this particular job. He'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade. And if I refuse, let's just say that I might not take the loss of the one life I ever saved too well. You? Save a life? Body Dharma Canis, the blind butcher himself? Hehehe, preposterous, I know. But yes, I who have taken so many lives once chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he in his turn saved mine. Something of bond formed between us. Laugh all you like. I know I would. But I would respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another. I ask you to let this particular target live. Very well. The boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you, I'm in your debt. Is he still gonna get a gun? You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the two of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all good day. No, get back here. You have my thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needed to be shown the error of his ways, and you have done just that. Alright, I suppose we'd better be getting back. Our ironclad enclosure awaits. Doesn't it, Helmut? Yes, yes it does. Oh, hello. You killed my dad, didn't you? Old man? I will not lie. I did. My victims deserve to be remembered, at the very least. Hehehe. But I sense a great hatred for me, from you, Orange Pup. In that case... Urk. Shushan, no! You must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. Take it, and cut my throat. One sure slice is all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway. Hehehe. I want revenge. I want it so badly. Shushan, don't do it! Do it! Well, please, Sean, I beg of you. Do it. Do it. At least, I did until just now. I would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took. Oh, but you should make those who have wronged you pay. Why are you bonking me? It'll make you feel so good, trust me. All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it all out, numbs it. Maybe it does. And listening to you, I thought maybe that's what I wanted. Sean. But it's not just about me. Say I get my revenge. How does that help anybody else? If I became a murderer, my mom suffers 10 times more than I ever would. And so would all the people I work with. They're counting on me, and they worry about me. Heh. Thoughtful words indeed, little one. Yeah, well, I get it now. I won't ever forgive you. But I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mom, the prosecutor, people like that. Sean. Wow, you may be young, Sean, but you're way wiser than I'll ever be. You at least consider trying to better yourself, Kay? Very well. Then I suppose we'll be on our way. With me, young pup. On our way? To where? Where else? To the prison. Our home. Our home? We didn't get to arrest him. And with that, the case came to an end. A case that had dragged on so many people into its orbit. But as for me, there was one last thing I had to do. There's always one last thing. I forget if there's like an hour left. Just to wrap up. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. What's the big idea, big guy? Want to tell us what we're doing here? He's going to become a defense attorney. Mr. Edgeworth? Your request has been processed and approved. Huh? Your what now? I've asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated. Your badge? What is the meaning of this? I'm returning it. From this day forth, I'm a prosecutor no longer. I still can't believe it. Believe you did that for me. A certain man once said that to be an attorney is to be a defendant's most trusted ally. And by believing your client, the truth will make itself known. That man's image has been forever burned into my memory. I strongly have the vision of my father fighting in that courtroom. Good old Gregory. But that's his and my father's path. Mine lies elsewhere. Mr. Edgeworth. My path is that of the prosecutor. It always was. Well, I guess that's that. I'm sorry. No, I dig it. And besides, I can tell by that look in your eye that your mind's made up. It is. Alright then. Looks like our work together is daily done. Don't come crying to old Eddie if you change your mind. This club's now closed to new members. I understand. Hey, Mouster. Care to tell me why, at least? How come you're so dead set on popping the old prosecutor's hat back on? You once asked me something, Fender. Are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor? Or help people as an attorney? It tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. One only you can answer. He wants to do both. I've been thinking about that question ever since. About how I mean to live my life. And now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm going to help people as a prosecutor. But can't you also do that as an attorney? Look at it this way. Timothy Saint was also a victim of sorts. He lost his only parent all those years ago, and with him his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. To lose somebody so important to you. To lose faith in everything. To doubt everything and be utterly alone. To fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. But I was lucky. Somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. They didn't show him? Mr. Saint had nobody. He had no faith in the law. He felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. Not even you imagined that Bi-Double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No. I sure didn't. And as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. I want to help people like him. And how do you plan to do that? If he had been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened. Chairman Winter made a mockery of justice, and in so doing drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. The law is only as good as its practitioners. It can be a shield that keeps the people safe from harm, or a sword wielded to wound them. Just one among many of the law's great contradictions. You can say that again. Yep, so we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. But one cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint. But a prosecutor, a custodian of the law? I think perhaps they could have. I plan to take up my badge again, and confront those contradictions at every turn. Very, very Miles Reno, I like it. You know, it won't be easy breezy though, right? Fighting the law itself? That's lawing on hard mode. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I don't doubt that. And if it has to be anybody, it should be you. Laws are like people, I guess. They both grow and change. Adapt or perish, am I right? You're going to smash this, I just know it. After all, you're Gregory's boy through and through. I have no idea. If there's one thing, probably end. If there's one thing that men did not know how to do is give up. Eyes on the prize. And straight on until sunset. That was his motto. We're already running late. You know what? I saw the same determination on your face the second you mentioned taking up prosecutoring again. Is that even a word? You know what's really grown unchanged? Hate to be a great big cheeseball, but... You. I only wish your dad was here to see it. He'd be proud as all get out. Fender, thank you. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get the ceremony underway. Please. By the power vested in me by the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, I, Verity Gavel, do hereby, in the sight of the Almighty Goddess, reinstate Miles Edgeworth as a servant of the law. Alright, you're a prosecutor again. Best news I've heard all week, sir. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, I got a scoot. Your pop's is going to want to know that his kid just signed up for the opposition a second time. Heh. Thank you again, Fender, for everything. Don't thank me yet. Next time you see me, you'll be across the courtroom. This face is a whole lot less roguishly charming when it's not on your side of the aisle. I would bless the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. Hope that day comes very soon. Alrighty, Fender, out. Welcome back into the fold, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you, Judge Gavel. I owe you more than I can say. You do? You strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. That must have been a lonely battle indeed. Not at all. I was never truly alone. That's right, you had the goddess of justice on your side. Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committee are like those within the legal system itself. If we aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. I have you to thank for teaching me that, for setting me on the path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law, and to overcome them. And I thank you for your commitment to that cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve. I will look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again soon. As will I. You did not see the best of me when I oversaw a trial. Next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice with true impartiality. Miss Gavel, I don't mean to call your motivation into question. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? But to my mind, Ideal Judge is not wholly impartial. The Ideal Judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. And then when all is said and done, they pass down a judgment based on that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideals, and it's certainly not the only thing to strive for. Believe me, this is my opinion. Nothing more. You're right, of course. There are other ways. I thank you for sharing your insights. Mr. Edgeworth, there's another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean. His clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. No matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponents, when we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them, for Sean's sake, more than anyone's. Like the mistakes made in the incident in which his father died. So you see, there's something more important, even to me, than the words of the goddess. Haha, that may anger her to hear me say such things. Yeah, you always have me, guys. You always have me. Yes, that was your secret weapon all along, the strength of your bond with your son. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection. I must grow. I'm gonna take my pill. As a servant of the law and as a mother, that I believe above all else. I see. It seems that we both have plenty still to learn. Indeed, we're neither of us perfect yet. Let's continue along our chosen paths, and continue to grow as we tread them. Until we meet again. I'll look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark upon the next step of your journey. I hate to be impatient, but I really need to get to bed. And now we're gonna have to talk to like 2 more people. I lost out of the prosecutor, but now I have regained it. And in so doing, I've seen a new way forward, a new path for justice. And I'm determined to follow that path until it finally leads me to the truth. No matter how hard it might be, no matter what obstacles might arise, I won't hide anybody who stands in my way. For whoever they may be, whatever they might say, I'll lift up my voice and shout. Objection! Alright, skip. Cookie! Nom. Eat a cookie. Nom. Chief, what kind of scoop are we looking to land ourselves in next, huh? Did I teach you not? Nothing. It's not over yet, Sour. Teach you nothing, Neko? We're journalists, dang it. These are our stock and trade. Our bread and butter. We can't skip it. You just hand stuff over, not even to a dang apprentice. Sorry, Chief. Guess I still got a whole bunch to learn, huh? Well, alright then. Better go track down some leads of my own self. That's the spirit. You go get him, champ. Before you mosey on down the way, mind sharing what kind of leads their leads might be? Huh? But, Chief, see, everybody's gonna have to have dialogue. We're gonna do this. Take forever. Come on now, I'm pretty much your editor, ain't it? Can't hold on to the boss. Who? Come on, Chief. That's cold. I could let you guys read this and just go, like, get ready for bed. My arm wound has yet to fully heal, even now. The bodyguard who inflicted it was skillful, practitioner indeed. I'm not going. I shan't be forgetting him in a hurry. Well, never mind that now. Time to return to life of simple ice cream seller. Although I've been thinking that perhaps crepes would be more my speed. Well, no rush. I'm sure there will be time to ponder the matter before my next job comes in. See, we gotta go to every character, and there's 5 different cases we got characters from. This guy. You might knock me out on my butt, wise guy, but I ain't out for the count of shit. I'll keep my guard up and looking for an opening. We'll get there out of this dump yet. Ain't that right, Teddy? Second the bell rings for the next round of escape shenanigans, we'll come out swinging. It's too cold for that, Treeborn. So then it's training, 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 more training. Actually, the air conditioner's blowing on me, too. Huh? You want to know if I'm still planning on becoming an animal stylist? Sure, I'm still studying every single day. It's up to my elbows in mud. I guess it suits me better than being a newspaper salesman. I'm going to make it my new career when I finally get out of here. Besides my release a few more years away? Now because I help warden the guard? Yeah! Why do you think I'm being so nice to these stupid freaking animals? I don't care about the freaking license, I just want to get out of here. Why me? This has happened every game, hasn't it? Where we just keep running and it just takes a lot longer than we think it would. I was so shocked when I learned what Simeon had been up to this whole time. I trusted him. I was his boss. Still, can't sit around being sad forever, I guess. The show must go on. We can't let Magitor and the Ventura Department go to better us. The light up the stage and blow away the competition and all these awful memories with it. Yeah. And I had some stuff I had to do after stream too, so I might not get to bed for a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't have taken my pill yet. I must have gotten soft in my old age, haven't I? Boy. Yes, yes I have. 18 years ago I saved a life, and the troublesome child is still keeping me busy to this day. And now here we are, back in this cage. Well, we'll have to company soon at least, won't we, boy? Yes, your friend the pup. Things certainly won't be dull with him around. No, no they won't. Alright, we're running out of people though. I think we should be pretty good soon. Oh, wait, them. What desserts shall we eat? Chocolate, cake, tiki and sweet? Also soft, fluffy and light. You'll be dreaming of it tonight. I'll always be waiting for you, Judy. I'll come visit you every day, just like you and Eddie did when I was here. We have so much to thank him and Mr. Edward for. Most of all, the fact that I get to eat your delicious desserts again, Samson. Yeah, not just you, they gave me permission to keep providing sweet treats to everyone here. I guess spreading the gospel of candy making for all these years is finally paying off. Yeah, I'd probably rate somebody if it weren't so late. But I really, like, I'm already, like, 20 minutes overdue for stream to end. So I'm a little bit... Oh, sweetie, it's fancy seeing you here. Oh, you great big thank you, you know. And dear old Greggy Pegleg, too, of course. After all, thanks to all of you that I can eat Sammy Poople sweets again. I'm even thinking of making a lovely medicine out of them. I'm going to call it Snacker's Delight. Makes your stomach so small you can only eat snacks. So you can get skinny as a tin bag and love every minute. I'm going to make it a fortune. I mean, I guess we can like raid Nebu or something. And just say, sorry, I can't stay, I'm way late to bed. Oh wait, we forgot about Lauricio. Man, I've met so many beautiful people now, and drawn so many beautiful sketches. Lulu isn't the biggest fan of my new work, though. She took one look at my sketchbook and hit me over the head with it. Bam, just like that. And then she left. Guess that's one less beautiful person in my life now. So I got a big decision ahead of me. Do I follow my art or follow my heart? By heart, I mean new girlfriend. You got that right. How does he keep picking up girls? Oh, we got these guys too. Baxter, the Batinator. Seriously, though. Thanks for the assist today. Good buddy. Pa, you want me to talk about I-7? I talk all day. Sounds like that Edgeworth kid is doing good work. Yeah, Masmino. Chase to a different path from his old man in the end. Path means we can't work together, but that won't stop me looking in on him from time to time. Yeah, you've come pretty far yourself. Holy macaroni. A compliment from Big Bad. Detective Bad? Am I dreaming? Well, flight will get you everywhere, old pal. You ever need a little Fender magic? Just say the word. Oh, these two, too. Looks like they'll be letting me off a little easier than I thought for what I did. Oh, we also got, like, Celsior and all them. Just because I told them I was kind of forced to do it. Ouch. Ain't no such thing as easy when it comes to crime. Dang fool child. Sorry, Grandma. I still feel off about it, of course. I'm so glad I get to stay out of here with you. Alright, I do need to brush my tail, though. So you guys... Can I, like, hide myself? I'm gonna hide myself for a second. You guys just take it, read it yourself. I'll be right back in a second. I mean, you've been making me read this whole time. Because I didn't win. My dad did it all for me. I'm back, though. I'm going to start again from scratch. I won't let you ruin everything. And pretty soon I'll be better than him, better than Edgeworth, so watch out. Now, first order of business, get a new nickname. Like, the credits are like 30 minutes. Yeah, I noticed it autoing a little while ago. Well, it's eventful to say the least, but we got it done, and the movie's going down great. I think the murder stories in the gossip magazines might have helped. Big Bad Man emerged from Big Bad Bull. Revealed the true face of the monster behind Zingfam President murder plot. Huh? Wait, this is a picture of you, Mr. Powers. What? But why? Hey, it's not so bad. After all, it'll make people come and see the movie, right? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Zark might have, perished. I haven't heard him talk since I made him read. very much enjoyed the movie, Sean. It's nothing. It wasn't even a big part. Boy who befriended both Tarasaurus and Gordy? They don't come any bigger than that. It was a role we were born to play. Do you think? Well, it would be cool to be in the sequel, I guess. And I kind of like acting. Hey, can we pick something up before we head back? I want to get some lion lilies for my dad. Of course. And I'll buy some too. For Millie. Emily? Amy Lee? I don't know. I think Amy Lee's probably right. Wait, did we finish? No, we haven't finished yet! Holy crap! Like, this is literally where I need to go to bed right now. And they're typing so slowly! They're killing me. They're killing me. I'm dying here. Phew. It's been a busy few days, huh, sir? I believe so. Huh, having so many important cases all come along at once. There's every dull moment when I'm around. Guess I'm just lucky that way. Wait, so all that stuff happened because of you? No, Gummy. How could you say that? And yeah, I don't think the good detective is entirely wrong. Talk faster, okay? What now? Will you be returning to your thieving practice? Yeah, good question. What? You're not sure? How can I put this? I guess I feel like I've been trying to follow in my father's footsteps this whole time. Trying to become a great thief just like he was. Yeah, there's no save point. We can't do anything with Yata-Garasu, or Yata-Garasu at least. But watching how this all planned out for you, Mr. Edgeworth, it got me thinking that maybe I need to get out from under his shadow and live my own life too. Just like how you decided not to do the whole attorney thing. It's time to make her own fate. She's right. After all, nothing thrives in the shade. I'm going to be my own hero. That sounds like an admirable plan indeed. I'll be giving up the name though. Can't not be the Yata-Garasu, right? Whatever name you pick, you always be K to us, K, and you'll always be a hero. Oh, thanks, Gummy. You'll always be my Gummy too. You bet I will. I'll be doing my detective thing, just hard as always. So I'll be counting on you, sir. Yes, and I'll be counting on you too, detective. Just I've been counting on you these last few days. You've helped us out too many times to mention. I think your next salary review may come as a pleasant surprise. Huh? Huh? Well, wait. You mean... What's the matter? I'm saying I'll see to it that you get paid a little more, detective. You will? This is unbelievable, sir. No way. Go Gummy. It's like a dream come true. I can finally leave the instant noodle life behind. I don't think I'll be letting you rest on your laurels. Your work won't be getting any easier. I hope you understand that. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. I'll give you everything I got. Just you wait and see. Vendor Judge Gavel take me on a new path in life. We already talked about this. A path on which I will face down every contradiction that the law has to present. We already talked about this too. A path to analyze the ultimate truth. But can I really do this? I'll need to give it some serious thought. It certainly won't be easy. Nonetheless, Mr. Edgeworth, there's another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against... Wait, this was like 5 minutes ago! No one else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean. The clipping gave me more courage than words can express. They literally are just repeating to make it longer! Why? We already saw all this! I'm not reading again. Go! Go! Skip! The strength of your bond with your son. Yeah, great, great, great. Terrific. Okay, there we go. The strength of my bonds. Oh, I almost forgot. What? What is it? I was trying to find out other members for my Yata-Garasu team, right? I do vaguely remember something about that. I never even found a single one. We were going to be unstoppable in our quest to steal the truth. So much for that little pipe dream. You're kidding, right? You already have a team. A team that can solve any case the world gets thrown at it. Huh? Yeah. I guess I do. The prosecutor, detective, and the great thief. Between the three of us, we can hunt down the truth. Put in handcuffs and steal it once and for all. Can't help but feeling a little sorry for the truth. In that case. As long as the three of us stick together, we got nothing to fear. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. Nothing at all. See, I expected this earlier, right after the judge left. Hey, we're still going! My father followed his own path right to the end. And now I follow a path of my own making, too. But not alone. I have some colorful companions to help me. As long as they're beside me, I won't lose my way. It's a new path. And a new me. Yes, we know. And I've been walking as a prosecutor. We know that. Not an attorney. We know that too. My father's path and mine are different. Yes, yes, we know. But they're not as separate as they make it seem. Okay, though the routes differ, the destination is the same. Yeah, dead. Everyone dies, because of course. Both end at the truth. I'm sorry, that's too dark. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. It's 2 minutes past my bedtime. This is what happens. Oh, thank goodness. The end. The end. We called it. Cheever and I both said the end. We're out. Everyone, I was gonna raid, but like everyone. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Fox out. Good night.